Oh shoot. Oh shoot, I should probably bring it up, shouldn't I? That'd probably be smart. Okay. Says I'm live. Sorry if anybody is here. Oh my god. I don't even know if you could hear the music. No, it doesn't seem like it. Well, true. Can't hear the music? Yeah. My bad. My bad. But you know what? At least we're not dropping frames. Let's go. But you know what? It's still so low. Oh my god. There, that'll have to do for now. While I get everything ready. I think everything's ready. I just I truly might have to edit the next scene just cuz I have no idea. I have no idea if the chat thing works on the next screen. Let's do some make believe. But yeah, hi Kasaya. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to anybody who is coming in. We're starting right now, I promise. I'm just making sure things work. And it seems like things are working. Thank goodness. Because last time I streamed, terrible. Oh my god. It was the worst thing ever. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna switch. We're gonna pivot here. Oh, I don't have it raised to fit. That's why it's so low. Duh. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay, I figured chat would not be working. That's hooray. That's fun. I've brought up the emergency lemons tab. And now I'm gonna need another tab. Yeah, Lemon. What's up, Scribs? Yeah, how is everyone today? Welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna have to get up. I tried getting a chat viewer to work. It doesn't work. I'm gonna have to mute this. I tried getting a chat viewer to work. It doesn't work. We're gonna have to do things like a pretty terrible way. So forgive me. I'm just gonna use a pop-out chat window. I like your cave story videos. I appreciate that a ton. I'm glad you do. I'm working on the big one. Because there is going to be a big cave story video coming out soon. Okay. We're just gonna get rid of the chat viewer, and we'll just do like a, yeah. No, not the lemons again. Get rid of the lemons. We're gonna go ahead and just, this. And this, we're just gonna use a basic chat viewer. How's that? Yeah? We're just gonna roll with this. We're doing it old school. I legit used to do so many streams like this. The big ones, I'll keep my eyes peeled like a lemon. Stop. But yeah. I'll pass on No Warning, but Shofu's a good artist. There we go. Yo, I'm making cave story art right now. Well, that's nice. This really does feel secret. It's 3 AM. I'm so sorry, Hallucinogeno. I'm so sorry, G. Here's what I feel like I could do. I feel like I can make this a little thinner. And then, like, make it a little bigger. And there we go. Okay. Chat looks a little rough, but we're gonna go with that. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright, sweet. Finally a live that works, I know. Okay, so, gonna lower down the music, because as some of you may have noticed, some of you guys might have been peeping the tabs already, and obviously read the title. Playing Cave Story Cave Story Encore because it's good TBH. Also, there's a Cave Story mod called Don't Mystery Me DMM, which I recommend. I'll stop talking so much. Oh no, feel free to talk hella if you want to. This whole stream is kind of, I wanted to like talk to a lot of people, because I'll finally get rid of the lemons. I've built up a playlist of cave story content. I'm so sorry for the shouting in the background. I built up a playlist of cave story content, and I thought it would be fun to discuss like some of the cave story content on here. I'm not gonna watch like the entire things of all the videos just because, you know, we're gonna get a little peek, and then if you find yourself interested, you can go find these videos. Because I don't want to take that from creators who put good effort into it. There are a lot of videos. You can see there's 41 videos. Sans is the Doctor sounds amazing. There's 41 videos in here. Technically 39, but I'll explain why when we get to them. But welcome. Hope you guys enjoy. Oh shoot, I should probably share this stream. I should probably do that. Again, sorry for the yelling in the background. If you guys can hear that. Hi Zoe! DoukutsuTV, yeah! Stealing No! 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 That was CSMC TV. We are still in the legal, good, like legally good area with Biz Managerson. Okay, Biz Managerson cannot come at us with it's kind of like a watch along. Biz Managerson cannot come after me because we're still legally in good words. Zoe Real, yeah, Zoe Real. Biz Manager Sun can see us in court, and you can tell him that. We're starting off with the first video. And there are so many videos in this like playlist that I feel like I'm gonna be dropping like
any cave story
It's been so long. It has been. I'd start contacting some lawyers if I were you. That's how dare you. Okay, so as I was saying, he can come after me if he wants, but the CSMC TV is gonna go through one hell of a fight. So I'm sorry, Zoe. So, I feel like with a lot of these videos, specifically like this one for sure, I'm going to have to like, yeah, I wonder if theater mode makes better viewing experience. A little. I'm gonna have to like kind of explain a little bit of the history around these. You haven't missed anything, Eggman. We're getting into it. Yes, it is sadly Scribs. It only does come with 13 of the tracks. But for those who don't know, this is Cave Story's secret fourth ending from Hayden
Cave
Studios.
Story player is most likely aware, there are lots of secrets hidden in the game Cave Story. In this video, I will assume
Here,
that
I'll
you
go
are
ahead and
familiar
hide my
with
mouse
the
because I know it's
first
going to be a
three
little annoying.
endings to the game Cave Story.
If you guys
But
haven't
did you
seen
know
this,
that
oh
there's
my
a
god.
fourth ending? That's right. Pixel included an alternate path that lets you get an even better ending. Now you might be aware of that silly
You
video
just
in
watched
which you
this
can
one last
apparently
night,
achieve the
really?
fourth ending by jumping
It's such
far
a good
enough off the
video.
edge of the
Zoe's
outer
not a
wall,
hoax,
and the
I
doctor
swear.
deciding instead to start a television series that would air 24/7 and Kazuma leaving without you and everyone else on the island dying of boredom for no apparent reason and being congratulated.
I got tricked by this video before. It is insane how much of an influence this video has affected the Cave Story community. It's pretty bonkers.
Bear in mind that it is fake. No such ending exists in Cave Story. The same thing goes for that other silly video in which you can apparently get the true best ending by being careful not to jump too far off the edge.
Are these real mods, by the way?
Do so with Sue. However,
Hayden Studios did not steal, no.
Never seen again, so it's fake as well. This ending, however,
saying the fourth ending was real because there's technically a fourth ending.
Achieving it
That's
will
why.
involve saving King and Toroko along the
Only
way,
technically.
as well as saving the Cullens, and in the end going home with the Sakamotos along
But
with
when I was
Grace.
like,
the first step
when did this
towards
video
getting
come
the
out?
fourth ending goes back to
Oh,
when
I don't
you
want to
first
spoil.
arrive at the sand zone.
10 years ago, I would
Now,
have been
if you walk right up to
12.
Curly Brace, your chance to get the
I was like
fourth
12,
ending is
13
shot,
years old.
because if you go up to that tile there and try and shoot, it will be solid and blocked off. If, however, you do not walk up to Curly, then one of those tiles
because it
will
reminds
be
you when I was 10.
shootable,
But isn't that
and
so
when you
fun?
break through it, you'll be able to enter a tunnel
He
that,
really
by
fooled
going
us
through
all.
it, allows you to emerge on the top from two shootable blocks that previously seemed to
Imagine
have
being
no
22. That's why I'm not
significance.
22.
And then, you'll be able to
23.
beat Curly to her house.
It's terrible. April Fool's.
Since you
It
beat Curly
was
to
the
her
worst
house,
thing.
she's now not in the Sand Zone residence when you get there, and you'll be able to talk the Cullens into
I did
realizing
nothing but
that you're
annoy me
on their
telling my
side.
friends to play this game. I
Even though
never
Curly
told my
shows
friends
up
about this
and
game at
regards you
first.
as
It was just something
hostile
I
as
really,
usual,
really
the
liked.
Cullens
I
know
assumed
you're
that they
good
knew
this
about
time
it.
and prevent a fight from breaking out. Now, after the alternate cutscene has ended, you're going to want to collect Jenka's puppies as usual, aside from
True,
the fact
Scribs,
that
by the way,
you want
true.
to get the sleeping puppy
Sandwich is
last,
here. What's up,
and make sure
Sandwich?
that
You are
don't give
here.
it to Jenka, and instead take it with you into the Sand Zone storehouse. Now, the cutscene in the Sand Zone storehouse takes place as usual at first, until Balrog starts force-feeding flowers to Toroko and is interrupted by Jenka's puppy. Why does this only work if you take the sleeping puppy with you? This is most likely because if you open up your inventory,
I love
while
how
you have
dumb
her,
specific
it says
this
that she
is.
spends most of her time sleeping.
It
but her
has
dreams
to be
have
the
been known
sleeping
to, quote,
puppy. It has to
portend
be.
the future.
No other
Because
puppy.
of this, it is entirely possible that the puppy could have had a dream in which King and Toroko were killed.
It
and then
truly
was
is the
motivated to help
insanely
save them.
specific
If
nature
you
of
did
this all
everything
that
right,
really makes
then
it
Toroko will
so
respond to
convincing.
King, telling him that she's okay. Now, even though Misery teleports them out in this cutscene, they are later on revealed to still be alive. And despite the turn
On
of
Cave
events,
Story's
you
18th
still
birthday.
get
That still was
pounced on
pretty
by
recent.
Balrog and teleported to the labyrinth
Nene
by
can see the
Misery.
future. It's
Except this time
amazing,
without
but
Gold.
like,
Now, the dialogue in the clinic is slightly altered in that it now suggests that Curly is not quite as badly wounded as she
I guarantee
normally
you,
is,
as
in
soon
which
as this
she has
video
to
came
fight
out
both
too,
you and
Nene,
Misery
the number
in
of
the
Nene
Sand Zone.
fans
This is
skyrocketed.
even
I'm
further
still a
emphasized by the
Hajime
fact
fan,
that Curly
but the
leaves
number
to
of
go to the
Nene
Boulder
fans
Chamber
to
before
the
you
moon.
even give the cure-all to
Nene
Dr.
stocks
Jiro.
were as high as they could be.
Speaking of which, you actually don't want to
It
give
was
the
crazy.
cure-all to Dr. Jiro. Instead, you want to give it to Professor Booster before going into the Boulder Chamber with Curly.
But
After
that's what's
being
cool
healed,
about a
Professor
childhood
Booster will take out a fresh pair of
hallucinogen.
glasses and put
That's
them on,
what's so cool
and
about it.
sincerely thank you for saving his life. However, he does take back the booster which he gave you, preventing you temporarily from reaching the Boulder
You can unlock
Chamber.
Waluigi in Cave Story Plus if you die
You will then
69
head down
times
to
in the
the
labyrinth to
teleporter
poop
and
black.
start to
That's
repair
funny.
it.
Imagine.
Talk to him a few
I mean,
more
I guess
times
nobody's
until
tried
he
it,
lets
right?
you have the
Can't say
booster
it's
back
not real.
and go up to Curly and notify her that a quicker path can be found through the labyrinth.
But you could only do it when you have the snake in your inventory.
Then after Curly and Professor Booster get acquainted, the teleporter will have been repaired and you can use it to get back to
I played
Arthur's
Cave
house.
Story in 4th grade and somehow clueless.
Even
Wait,
though safety
and
is
was
still playing
clueless.
instead of
Wait,
Pulse,
was somehow
the message
clueless
by
about the
Kazuma
plot
saying
despite
to head for the
the
egg
game
corridor
directly
will
telling
be
it to me.
there.
I eventually stopped playing it
After
because I
coming
couldn't
through
defeat
the
Monster
teleporter,
X. True.
Professor Booster
It's a
explains
pumpkin
how
vault.
Curly still didn't fully trust him
Semi-secret
and
stream.
insisted
The
that
VOD
he
will
go
still be
first.
available, but
Explains how he
I
got
didn't
tossed
announce
into the
this.
labyrinth, takes back
This
the
is
booster
truly a
version
not-so-secret
0.8,
stream, yeah.
and tells you to go check up on the Mimigas, and that he would in the meantime welcome Curly in when she came through the teleporter. When you come back into the Mimiga village, it will be quiet in the same manner in which
But I've
it
beaten the
usually
second
is
ending
after
since
coming
the
out of
ninth.
the labyrinth. Aside
The
from
audio's
fact
pretty low.
that
I'll
there
raise it
is
up.
still
I'll
one
bump it.
Mimiga that remains.
What if I just like blast
Head
it?
over
What
to
if I
the
just blew out
Yamashita
your guys'
farm
ears
to
right
find
now?
that Sandame is still tending to the flowers, oblivious to the disappearance of all of the other Mimigas.
Alright, how's that? Let me know.
Sure enough, he had no idea what was going on and is shocked to find that the other Mimigas have been taken. Then, Misery shows up and teleports Sandame to the plantation with the rest of the Mimigas. She will once again flee from the scene, but this time promising that she will eventually fight you.
But it was pretty convincing because
After
the best
reporting
ending
back to
element.
Professor
Wait, because the
Booster,
best
he will
ending
connect to
already
the
has super
plantation and
specific and
allow you
weird
to
requirements.
teleport
Yeah,
there.
that's
Then
again,
head
it's
over
the
to
super
jail number
specific
1.
nature of it all that
If
truly
you've
makes
done
it
everything
like
correctly, then King and Toroka
like
will
super
be in jail
convincing
with
and
Sue,
fooling.
Jack, and Mahin. Walk up to King to get his
when I
attention,
drew you, dude,
and
I
then he
still
and everyone else in the
have
jail
that
cell
picture.
will
Zoe.
realize that you've come.
It's one of my
then
favorite
King
images.
will tell you to go get his blade from the sand zone and that he'll use it to break through the bars.
That's never leaving my computer.
Now head back to the sand
mine
zone
forever.
storehouse to get King's blade that he dropped when he was teleported out by Misery.
Imagine streaming Cave Story kind of
Now,
screams.
while
That's
you
why
do
this
get
isn't
to
Cave
wield the
Story,
blade,
it's YouTube with
there are
Cave
two
Story on
catches
it,
to this.
Windbreaker.
One being that you have to return it to King, and two, that it keeps leveling down.
It's
So it's
okay,
impossible
Eggman.
to get it to level 3.
Wind is super close.
Now that you have the blade,
Wind
walk
is
up
cool.
to King and give it to him, and then he will break through the bars of the jail cell.
I was convinced. Yeah, when he brought up the sand
Sue will
zone
then
blocks.
lead you and the
when
other
did he do that?
Mimigas
Was it
to the high
back here? It's a
puppies
little
as
bit
usual,
forward.
aside from the fact
This,
and blocked off.
this 1 3-second clip.
However,
This one,
you do not walk
2,
up to Curly,
3.
then one of those tiles
As soon as
will
I saw
be shootable.
that changed my life.
And when you break
When I saw this, my mind was blown. I was a changed young lad. Nothing could convince me. Oh man, nothing could convince me more that the 4th ending was real than this right here. It is so ingrained into my brain that to this day, in my personal playthroughs of Cave Story, I will always shoot at this block. Even though I know nothing's gonna happen, I always shoot at it. It is so dumb.
through it, you'll be able to enter a tunnel ported out by keeps leveling down.
I recently started creating a playlist of 41 Cave Story videos, but every major key song. Wait. Oh, a playlist of the 41 Cave Story songs, but every major key song in a minor key and vice versa. I'm currently at 22 songs. Sounds interesting. Yeah, this is Hayden Studios' 4th ending. I think people call this what? Did people dub this the happy 4th ending? Is that what people like dubbed this as, or like the happy good ending? Something like that, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not making that up. We can get much higher, actually. I might be just thinking that up. That might be just a dumb, but yeah, this is Hayden Studios' fourth best ending, and that has a fourth ending. God, every time I read this sentence, it is life changing. 250,000 views, by the way. He duped way more than the Cave Story community. What a Chad. We're going on to the next one. We'll shuffle. We'll get a little dangerous. I don't know what this one is.
Hello and welcome to another industry
okay,
report.
yeah.
So, after a notable...
Oh, this is the industry report. I don't know why I put this video in here. Well, I kind of do. It's Cave Story related, right? This is an industry report reporting on Nicholas and how it is
absence,
a company
one
you shouldn't be
presumably
buying from.
prompted by their previous bout of controversy. Nicholas
It's a
are
guy!
back
Oh
in
my
the news,
God, it's
and
a
they're back
guy.
in the news for launching an assault on fan-made cave story projects. Now, Nicholas had stayed
I
out
could,
of
I
the
would,
news
Eggman.
after
If I
earning
could, I would.
themselves, well, one of the worst reputations in the industry.
What about
They're a
Super
group who
Racer
screwed
GP?
over the
That's
devs
apparently
of
still
Enter the
coming out.
Gungeon. They're also the group that oversee The Binding of Isaac and a lot of other games
Although
that
I
you've
think-
probably heard of.
Hang on, wait. This might not even be a Cave Story video, more so a Nicholas video. Yeah, okay, never mind. This is a Nicholas video. We'll skip. Can we agree to skip? We'll skip. What's this? Let's go! Guys, look. It has Spelunky Guy, Commander video. I forget this thing's name. There he is! It's the guy. There he is. Oh, well, okay, that's the Super Meat one. Super Meat, yeah, Super Meat one. There he is. He's right next to Raz. That's him. That's him on the right, in front of Spelunky Guy. You can barely see him. He's getting groovy. It's between, yeah. Nerdieo is not spelled with two E's. The audio is not, well, yeah, we're partying. Guys, it's him. Getting to see the robot. Wait, no, yeah, no. Good friends. They're all good friends. This is canon. What's up, George? I find this quote model really cute, not gonna lie. It is pretty cute. Axolotl thought, what did I just walk into? Magic. We're watching this again. Here, I'll lower it here too. It's him. This is genuinely one of my favorite videos. Wait, yeah, this was for Bit Trip Runner 2. So all these characters, this is an official video from the company, from Gaijin Games. What's it called? This is canon a case 3? Yeah. Hang on, wait, I'll be back. Everybody watch, just keep watching. after a short fight demo, we actually get to see Curly save a Mimiga from a bubble of water. In the beta, Pooh actually kept Sue in a bubble of water for Sue to die and then be eaten later on, as... Why did I hear me? Why was there me? I hated that. I'm back. Oh hey, actually wait, I know why it shows me. This is me. You should go watch this video. We're not watching this. Hi, Enlight. How's it going? I'm back. Sorry. All universe version of you took over the stream. No, seriously. But y'all should go watch that video. That video that we just passed by. That I think they were that person was talking about the cave story beta. Y'all should go watch that. Y'all should go do that again. Or for the first time if you haven't. We're not gonna, again, we're not watching these whole videos except for the rave video, because that one's good. This intro is already so magic, by the way. I'm jealous of this editing.
Cave Story is one of my favorite games of all time, and while certainly successful, popular, and highly regarded, I feel like it has been shifted under the rug comparatively to some of its contemporaries.
This video got you convinced to play Cave Story? This was the one?
In my opinion,
this
is a
what was
monument
Cave
to
Story
creative
by
achievement
hiding in
and passion,
public.
and I want as many people as possible to play it. This video will aim to let out as few story spoilers as possible, outside of a spoiler segment that I will note later in the video. However, if you do want an absolutely blind run, I will be still talking about it, obviously, and showing lots of gameplay from it, so just keep that in mind. So in this video,
by the way,
I aim
this
to talk
game
about the game's
definitely
history,
best
what the game
experience
actually
blind
is,
as possible.
and what it means to me. Cave Story is a truly remarkable experience. For people who have played it, I hope that they can have fun, reveling in the nostalgia with me. And for those who haven't, I hope that this will convince you to at least sit down and give it a chance, and to hopefully buy
Your
the
art
game
was truly
in
a
whichever
gift to the
form you
community,
deem
Zoe.
fit.
It's rad.
So, what is Cave Story? Cave Story starts with a trickle-down story style, like many of the 80s and 90s contemporaries it draws influence from. Starting with little to nothing, and then as you explore, you learn more about the world and your place in it. The
Classic
intro area
Cave
serves
Story
to
fan
introduce you to the most
colonialist
basic elements of
mentality.
jumping,
Stop.
shooting, chests, life upgrades,
'Cause, like,
and basic
actually,
hazards
you
like
know?
water and mostly stable enemies.
Like, it truly
you receive
affects
a signal
everybody.
between a girl and her brother,
Or at least, like,
leading you to
all, like, the
assume that
insane
maybe
ones, like
something
me.
on your head must have robotic parts, and you will learn fairly
But
soon
then
after
there's,
that
like,
you are
I think,
indeed
like, the true
not
neutral
human,
is, like,
but a robot,
Enlight and
assumably
Dondus.
having a fresh reboot, which is what caused
Like, I don't
this
think
game's start,
like, it just doesn't
and
seem
your
like
amnesia.
those two, like,
After exiting the intro area, you fall into the Mimiga village,
like,
which
they
gets you
spread this
acquainted
game like
with
crazy.
your first, more direct NPCs. After exploring much of the village, fighting a mini-boss of sorts, and retrieving the key, you work your way to Arthur's house, a hero
Should I
from the
play
past
Jenka's
mentioned
Diamond?
by
Yeah,
the
it's up to
Mimiga.
you.
In the
I
house,
think so.
you discover
I think
a
if you
teleport,
have an
and for
interest in
reasons the
something, you
story
should play it if
compels,
you wanna.
you go into, at this time, what is the only available teleportation location, the Egg Corridor. The Egg Corridor is in many ways the first real taste of Cave Story, the game. Most of the areas
And
before this
By
have
the way,
been
I'm so glad that people point this out. It truly is like Egg Corridor. Again, the big video, the big one. I'm gonna get much more into it, but it's an okay mod. I feel like it is an important mod, but it is not something you need to play. There's a lot of stuff that just isn't Cave Story in it. But I'm so glad people, like, obviously, right? Like, I know, like, this is just, like, obvious, like, second nature to anybody who's played Cave Story. Know that, like, Egg Corridor is the beginning. It really is. Like, it's beautiful. Again, we all know this, but, like, isn't that so gorgeous?
fairly tutorial-based, or introducing you to basic elements. In fact, in the Mimiga village, that mini-boss I mentioned is even optional. And I mean literally. He asks you if you want to fight him, and if you say no, he just buzzes off. This level is different. Now you
Shout outs,
have
Basil.
an instant kill enemy always looming at the bottom of the level like a shark, and small groups of flying enemies that move more erratically, unlike the bats in the first cave, as well as larger ones that shoot projectiles at you. Couple this with the first real action track, and it's definitely setting the tone that you're off to the races.
I legit
Here
didn't
you
know
also
where
face your
Quote was for a
first
second there.
non-optional mini-boss, and his name is Igor. He'll be brought up much later, so try to keep him in mind. After becoming acquainted with one
You're
of
at
the
the
people
plantation
in the
in
initial
Jenkins?
transmission, you are sent to a second area,
You might wanna
which
get
starts
out
to
of there.
mark the idea in a player's mind. It is clear that the game is trying to establish the Mimiga village, more specifically Arthur's house, as a hub of the world in some sort of
I love
sense.
Santa so
The
much.
second area you enter, the Bushlands area, aims to teach the player that the world will not always be so rigid, and so more creative jump attacks or other weapons may be better suited for different enemies and areas. This is because the Bushlands is a more hill-centered area, making these things, critters, they are literally named critters, more difficult to hit
We
with
need
current
more
straight-line
critters.
weapons. Briefly after, you get the Fireball, a limited screen ammo weapon that bounces along the terrain you shoot on, which starts to introduce this sort of fun strategy that will
I
be
can't
at
beat
play
cave,
in many of
the
the
last
areas
cave
of the
because my
game that you
keyboard has
may not
input
feel
lag,
like
small
you
errors,
have the
and
brute
small
strength
arrows,
to
and you
come
need to get a
through.
new one.
Facing
That's
the
another
mini-boss,
thing.
and in the first actual
my
boss
arrow
in the game up
keys
to this
are like
point.
the half
Patterns are
sizes.
set in threes. So as
Like,
the
I'm not sure
Bushlands
if you know
ends
what
and
I'm
the sand
talking
zone
about.
begins,
But like
on
basically
some
up and
small
down
level, the
are
idea of
one
a pattern
key,
has
like,
been
split
set in
in
the
half.
prospective player.
It sucks.
The sand zone includes more bosses than the previous areas and is once again
stand
stylistically and
critter, yeah,
thematically
same,
distinct from
actually.
the area before it. The green, lush,
not much
bouncy
of a,
area with an equally
of a
bouncy
gouty
melody
person.
to the more deep and desolate area of the sand zone. The bushlands are more horizontal and the sand zone more vertical.
Controller
The
and
song for the
keypad
sand zone
gang.
area as well is much more punchy
Looks like
and assertive,
somebody was not in
contrasting
my
with the previous area. Hopefully this contrast in each of the three levels draws
cave
parallels
story,
with other
like
games
cave
that are
story
hub
modding
focused,
stream.
which is why the transition
like
to the
where I was
second
playing
phase
through
of
all
the
the
game
mods.
subverts the
The
player's
mod showcase
expectations.
stream.
From the sand zone, you are directly sent to the next area,
I
and
feel
for
like
a
that
next
stream
long segment of
exposed
the
me
game, you won't be
to
able
whether
to
I play with
revisit
controller
what you
and
thought was the
keyboard.
hub for a very long time. The tone that is set in the labyrinth is one that persists up until the end of the game. The actions at the end of the sand zone leading to the labyrinth show the dark place that the story intends to go, and the nihilism in the initial area that the labyrinth places you in is palatable. Other robots previously sent remain motionless, hopeless, having given
Have I
up on
puked out
escaping
Igor
or
yet?
died
What are you
trying
talking
to,
about?
or died waiting for an escape to
Keyboard
open.
full
The
stop.
hopelessness
Yeah.
sinks in. The mood has
I see that
shifted and the
friend light.
game's difficulty once again begins to spike.
I remember there was
This is
issues
the
with the
second
control.
phase.
Oh man,
And that hopeless feeling
issues
stays with me upon
is
replays when I
a light
revisit the wet,
statement on what
crusty,
that was.
trash heap underbelly of the island.
There
On
was
this
truly
area,
no
you
amount
are
of
trapped with a
preparation I
race
could
of
have done
Gaudi,
to
but
prevent
need
that.
to find
I
yourself
just had
and
to
escape.
fold the biggest
I remember
L.
when I was much younger, having this segment of the game in particular being the most difficult.
But at least
for
the
me,
video
dealing
was
with the
good.
sudden
At least
difficulty
the video
spike,
came out
dealing
pretty
with
neat.
Monster X,
And I'm happy
the
with
core.
the
This is also
second
where you
modding
have
video.
your first chance to really mess up the best ending of the game, but we won't go into that until the spoiler period. Right before the core, you start getting into the swing of things and mowing down enemies with the labyrinth theme playing, which is an amazing highlight, thrill, and metaphorical
I suffer
light.
from using a controller.
Yet
I could
still, where
legit
success
like
seems inbound, there will always be
me
future
versus
trials.
me on
The core
controller
is that brief
versus
return
like
of the
keyboard is
hopelessness
night
before
and
the
day.
waterway. The music before the core has to be
It's
one
like
of the
someone playing
fan-favorite
Cave Story
remix
for
songs,
the first time.
Geothermal. A slow death.
Is this the spoiler-free section? Yeah. We're not gonna get too much further into this section, into this video, just because, you know, spoilers. How is it spoiler-free? Because they're more disgusting, like the layout of the game, I guess, or at least that's what I'm getting from it. Geothermal, genuinely good, yeah. But yeah, this video is definitely more of the more of a look back at Cave Story and the whole game itself, and it's really neat. I've seen this video before. I would definitely recommend it. It's gotten a lot of people into the game. I've had people tell me it has gotten them into the game. Zoe actually in chat just said so. It's a neat video. What is this?
Cave Story is one of my
Okay, it's not what I thought it was. I was kind of hoping it was the video in the preview, but we'll get to it.
video
This
games
is
of
comparing
all
Cave
time.
Story soundtracks
The
from
simple
Jordan
yet
Times.
engaging story, the tight gameplay, and of course, all the locations
What
you explore are
what
all
did they
reasons
just
why
do?
engaging story, the tight gameplay, and games of all time.
Whoa!
The simple yet
Can
engaging
somebody explain that to
story,
me?
the tight gameplay,
How did they do that?
and of course, all the locations you explore are all reasons why I enjoy this title. I even love speedrunning the game. The joy I feel from
Oh
all
yeah,
these
that's a
elements,
thing.
however,
Which, by
can't
the way,
hold
if you guys haven't seen Jordan Times speedrun, twitch.tv/Jordan Times, or I think it's Jordan_Times, man, it's beautiful. You can get an insane you can get insane momentum from corners using that tech. That seems insane. You boost and use the machine gun combo. Okay. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Jordan Times speedrun Cave Story, it's magic. It is truly magic.
candle to my favorite part of this game, the music. Music in video games are often overlooked by the majority of gamers. It's sometimes hard for people to understand why terrible music in a game can truly ruin it. I'm one of those people that won't play a game unless it has at least average music. If a song is rich in its different elements, I will usually like it.
What games have
This
you
is why I
guys been
tend to listen
playing
to video
recently?
game
I've been playing
OSTs rather than more
mainly
real
some
music.
online
I'm not
multiplayer
saying I
games,
dislike
and
all mainstream
funnily
music.
enough,
I'm just saying
the
that most
Tony
of the time,
Hawk's Pro
I'll
Skater
prefer listening
remake.
to my video game music. The first game OST I truly loved for the first time was Cave
The
Story.
machine gun just
DSi
lets
version
you
to be
keep it, but you have to hit a
That
corner
version
just
didn't
right
look
to
as
get
nice
max
as the
speed.
Wii one,
That's insane.
but it was still a joy to play through. My favorite part of that game was the jukebox. Whenever you heard a new song in
Oh,
the game,
jukebox
you
goes
unlocked
crazy.
it in the jukebox.
What an amazing
The jukebox
feature.
allowed you to listen to any song in the game. While I used to use this every now and then, it wasn't until I heard Running Hell, the song that plays during the final area of the game.
True. Oh yeah. I'll do this too. Yeah. Spoilers, by the way, of different Cave Story movement tricks. I'll have to check that out, cause I knew about some tricks, but not all of them. I was born the same day as Tony Hawk. Let's go.
That I truly started to appreciate the soundtrack. This soundtrack has a special place in my heart. As Cave Story has been re-released on different consoles, different versions of the soundtrack has been released. Of course, you have the original soundtrack from the freeware PC
Which,
release,
by the way, can I
DSi
just
port,
point
and
out
3DS port.
that it's still really weird that eShop is the only re-release of base Cave Story that we have. Like, yeah, it's built upon Jukebox for OrgV. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's legit just a separate program. It comes in the file. I'm gonna go to the doctor now. Bye, Eggman. Yeah, can I just point out, it is so weird. I have my 3DS right next to me too. That legit just Cave Stories eShop is just free, is just like base 3DS. I mean base Cave Story. It's not Plus. And it's obviously eShop never got 3D. But it is actually just like just regular Cave Story. I've always thought that was weird. There it is. My favorite sound. I love that so much. What's up, Red Coder? We'll get back to the video.
The Wii port, which had the new soundtrack, Cave Story Plus PC and Cave Story 3D both had remastered soundtracks, and finally, Cave Story Plus Switch had both Famitracks and Ridiculon. I have my thoughts and opinions on each versions of these games. However, today I'm going to take a look at the different soundtracks. Ah yes, the original soundtrack. Personally, even after all the soundtrack remakes,
It's the
this one is
best
still
one.
my favorite. The musical variety in the soundtrack is something
It's
that is
just
hard
the
to
best
believe,
one.
since Pixel wasn't a professional musician. You have the uppy songs like Onto Grasstown, but also the gloomy ones like Geothermal. Time after time, I feel myself coming back to the soundtrack, making it one of my all-time
We're going through
favorites.
Cave Story
Of
playlist
course,
tonight.
I
We're
can't
going
forget
through
the
like
song
yeah,
that
some
got me
Cave
into
Story
music,
content.
Running Hell,
We're
as
not
mentioned
watching all
earlier.
of it though, because
It's hard to
obviously I don't.
describe-
If you guys want to watch these videos, please do. Definitely. We're just getting like a little taste of each one.
this soundtrack's worth without comparing it to the others, meaning there isn't much to say here. I recommend that if you want to check out what the soundtrack has to offer, you should listen to Living Waterway, Geothermal, Jenga 2, Meltdown 2, or Wind Fortress.
And what, I mean, come on. This list right here is kind of the bangers. Isn't the original soundtrack technically called Organia? They call it Organia because that's the style of music it is, yeah. Yeah, exactly, the file format. But yeah, original, classic, Organia, whatever you want to call it. Most people will understand what you're saying. Would I disagree with this list? F this list? No, Zoe, here's the thing. There are definitely better songs to put into this list, right? But I feel like those songs are the songs that they didn't add, like they even talked about like Running Hell, things like Moon Song, the location of the cave story theme. I think when you get to those, it's so much more like better that you actually experience those songs when the game wants you to experience those songs. Like Wind Fortress, you're never going to hear Wind Fortress in the actual story. So yeah, go crazy. Go listen to Wind Fortress like right now. Whether you've beat the game or not. I humbly disagree, but good tunes here. That's fair. I get their point with this list. And then I think after this, they go into the other soundtrack.
Seriously, I doubt that you'll regret it unless you dislike music. I'll leave this
unless you dislike music.
Get
no,
that out of here. We
it.
gotta get the show on the road.
Okay, nope. If you guys want to see these other soundtracks and Jordan Time's opinions on it and their list, you guys can go check out Jordan Time's Comparing the Cave Story soundtrack. And again, you can go check out Jordan Time's speedrun at https://twitch.tv/Jordan_Times. Tell him I sent you. Don't tell him that. Nice! Some nostalgia! Let's get it. Never mind, it's too early. You're good. Welcome back, Eggman. Truly magic. Again, this was how I played the game. I remember going to get my eShop card from a local Dollar Tree. The night I got Cave Story changed my life. I'll never forget it. Thank you for downloading Cave Story for WiiWare. Is this playlist public? It's unlisted. But I'll probably put it up on my channel, or I'll share it on my Discord. I'll put it in the chat even. Let me get that. It's unlisted, so yeah, you just need the link. I'll get it for you. The Cave Story WiiWare demo was how I discovered the game. Same. It was people playing it on YouTube. Because again, the Wii was everywhere. You couldn't escape the Wii. Drawn quote as we speak. Let's go. How to hold the controller. First time I played Cave Story is when I was 8. My dad had showed me for the first time. Your dad showed you Cave Story? What a good dad. You see this? No spoiler. I feel like smaller footage like this, by the way, of people who aren't like actual like YouTubers, totally fine. This is just like, I guess more like archival. Had to breathe there, yeah. Look at all these warnings. Cave Story is out to kill you. Look at them scroll through all these. Look at. Okay, these are age rating. Look at these warnings. I know that this is like general. Never mind. I just realized what this was. This is just like general what these symbols mean to like people who've never played video games. That's what it is. But could you imagine Cave Story came with all those warnings? Cave Story stole my liver? Actually, yeah. I wonder if it'll show something I want to point out. No spoilers. Some friends introduced it to me when I was in middle school age. That's so funny because, yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, I never talked to this game about anybody until literally like 2 years ago. So like my first 20-ish years of life, no clue. Hi, Mashstar. Do you like how excited, by the way, this person got for quote? Look at their cursor go crazy whenever quote pops up on screen. That's me. This is literally me. Yeah, look at that. Look at him go crazy. Humble Bundle's great. No shame in Humble Bundle. Mr. Traveler, yeah, spoilers, it's a quote. Same, Zoe. Look at Jack! Look at Jack! Jack is so cool. Her nearly limitless magic. This was how I played the game. Sideways Wiimote. What's up, awesome jacket, dude? Welcome to the stream. Poor don't say squat, yeah. Yes! This is the latest video added to the playlist. I just found this video like a week ago. I remember my first time playing Cave Story's reward demos. Because I always keep the dialogue true. Is that Mr. This is Mr. B. You guys can't see it right now. I'm hitting the pose. I'm hitting the pose with him. Just like that. I'm shaking my hands every time. Every time I'm hitting this pose. Beautiful video. This is Running Beast by Santioku. Beautiful. 21st century humor, yeah. You go back, you show this to a Roman. Imagine. Wait, what is this? No. This isn't the playlist. I don't know what this is. Oh, I see. I see, because it's the last video in the playlist, true? Here, we'll go off of this one. Unironically, if Quote gets in a Fortnite, I'm crying. Oh god, it's a guy. Look at Quote. The little DS. I'd legit, yeah, I'd scream. Of joy, of anger, of sadness. That's up for you to interpret. This is Cave Story on the TV, yeah. This is, I believe the Japanese trailer for Cave Story DSi. Hell yeah. I transferred my DSi word to my my 3DS. 1,000 DSI point? That's... does anybody know... Who in chat? One of you has to be able to do it. Does anybody in chat have, like, their brain wired to, like, convert DSI to WiiWare currency? Because Cave Story WiiWare was 200. Cave Story DSI is 1,000. Think that's $10? All right. Thank you. Look at him. He is into it. Quote is gaming. Oh, we're definitely not watching all of this, but this is Cave Story 3D being speedran, but it's reverse boss order.
Yeah, that would be bad. Especially for.
Oh no, never mind. This isn't reverse boss order. What is this? Oh, this is just Cave Story.
You're gonna see lots of saves during this run. There are no auto saves, no checkpoints in this game, so death is very punishing.
I thought WiiWare was 1,200.
Here's the first major
or maybe they were
area of
just looking at the demo. It's because
Shaddix's focus will be leveling to level 3
the
Polar
video
Star
we
by the
saw
end of this,
before
just in
said
time for the boss
200.
to
Or maybe
Igor.
I'm just blind and didn't see the
Here's an
one.
attempt at the bug ride.
Nice.
Got it. So if you land on the right side of that bug, the bugs will take you to the right side here during this cutscene. There is a pretty huge risk of landing on the left side of the bugs, at which point during the cutscene the bugs will just backtrack all the way to the beginning. So it's fairly high risk, high reward. Or high risk, low reward. Rather.
Nice hearts. Nice hearts.
Yeah, so enemies can drop either hearts or these like Doritos. Shaddix really wants the Doritos here. Those are what actually level your weapon.
I love Doritos.
Same. Nacho cheese.
Do you guys love
Yeah.
Doritos?
Yeah.
I love Doritos.
This flavor.
I get a Dorito Locos Tacos every time I'm at Taco Bell. Every single time without fail. I also like how they're
So at
using the
level 1,
untranslated
does
version
1
of the
damage,
game.
at level 2
Is there a
it's 2
reason for that?
damage, and the range increases slightly.
Is
level
it
3
is it
4
easier to click
damage.
through? Like
So
all the jumbles because of
pretty
the
big increase there in time for the boss.
because of like
really
the missing
once
characters
level
in
3
Japanese.
here, going to be farming a bit. There we go.
I assume so.
Oh, and there's the D level.
I don't like ranch. Less
More
text.
stuff to
Okay.
farm later.
Yeah, this guy at the bottom here is really dangerous, by the way. If he touches
I
you,
think
you're
the
just
only
dead.
game I know
So
of that
Shaddix had
it's
to get
faster
bit slow
to
avoid him.
speedrun the English version is Banjo-Kazooie. Besides that, I think that basically every video game ever, it's so much like easier to just
Okay, here's
I
the
don't know,
first
skip,
actual
like,
boss
just
of the game,
play the
Igor.
Japanese version.
This guy's not too bad.
Triangles are Cave
His
Story
hitbox
references.
isn't always
Yeah.
active. It's mostly just when he punches. So by jumping when he punches, nice fight. You can just avoid taking
That's the
damage.
quickest text. Yeah. The results may surprise you.
This cutscene's a bit long, so if you want to get a quick donation in.
Breath of the Wild is Italian.
Donation from Red
The Italians get a point. Let's go.
Wow, it's shifty.
They say we have to get lipstick.
Dude, Shifty making lipstick real.
What? Did they not get it? Shifty is trying to put a good donation for them to get Choco's Road.
Get lipstick. Have
Look,
a
everybody is so
$500
confused.
donation
Listen.
from-
Listen to the confusion.
This cutscene's a bit long, so if you want to get a quick donation in.
Sure, we have a $500 donation from Redshifter.
Oh, Red Shifter. My bad.
Wow, it's shifty.
They say we have to get lipstick.
$500 for them to get
real.
Choco's Road for the run. I bet they
Thank you
don't.
so much,
We gotta.
Shifty.
We gotta skip ahead. Do they get Choco's Road? I guarantee you they don't.
I lost my level 2, but then I got it back.
Nice.
All
Bless
right.
you, by the way.
Thanks, man. Always looking out for me.
Yeah. I try.
Alright, so you guys donated for this. So when Chaco is close to her bed, you can sleep in the bed.
Let's
and
go. They did it.
see
They get the lipstick. Thank you, Eternal Wonder.
Chaco is in the
Welcome,
bed.
by the
and,
way.
oh, we have a lipstick.
That's the $500 lipstick right there. Let's go. $59.39 now. $59.39. I think I watched the speedrun. That's fair. I'm pretty sure Periwinkle has stomped this by like a good 5 minutes. Let's go speedrun.com. Let's just go see Periwinkle be the GOAT real quick. Oh, it's series. Does Curly Brace Panties do anything in game? No, in the plus version it just gets you Curly Story. Yeah. 54 minutes, 51 seconds. 59:39. That is almost a 5-minute save. Shadex is still fourth though. Shadex has saved 3 minutes off their time. What a guy. Yeah, shoutouts Perry. I'm pretty sure Periwinkle has the record in all of them. Yeah. And I think this goes for every other, like, Cave Story port as well. I'm pretty sure Periwinkle is just the fastest alive. Okay, original, yeah. Easy mode, yeah, he does it in half an hour. Hard mode, he's the only run for hard mode. It's an hour and a half. Yeah, and then 55:47. Okay. Normal ending. Is it Periwinkle all three? Yes, it is. Bad ending. Periwinkle all three. This is actual light work. All possible items. Oh, Periwinkle doesn't have it on easy mode, but I mean, he has like what 9 world records for Cave Story. We also got to show co-op. I want to get a friend to do co-op. I legit want me and a friend. Also, what's up, Ryder? Welcome. I legit want me and a friend who's never played Cave Story before to just like play with Cave Story co-op with me. But I just do like a normal playthrough as fast as possible and we just submit it as a co-op run. Cave Story. It's going to be a Cave Story kart game. I would legit take it. A Cave Story kart racer, I would legit love that. You have no idea. Ahem. Zoe, we could do it. Get panties. It's Periwinkle, obviously. 11 minutes. Oh, and who's got the second place world record for spike percent? Now, in my video for spike percent, Periwinkle was up by a frame. Now he's up by 2 frames. And I think this is the best you can get. I think all I can, according to Periwinkle at least, and I trust his word on it, I think the best we could do is tie here. And I'm so down to re-pick up spike percent. Have there been any runs since my video? No. Literally none. Except for Periwinkle's revision. And then I'm curious. Who has 3D? Reverse Boss Adventure. This was another AGDQ category. Supreme Dirt. Okay, yeah. Any percent? Best ending. Supreme Dirt. Supreme Dirt. Get Beast Fang. Supreme Dirt. GZ. Okay, and then segmented. I didn't know they allowed segmented runs. Interesante. Okay, so Supreme Dirt seems to own Cave Story 3D. Supreme Dirt is the 3D equivalent to Periwinkle, and that's cool. Your second place in the meme category. I couldn't be happier. Dude, I want to get first place, or at least I want to share first place with spike percent, and then after I get first place into spike percent, I want to get the world record for Secret Santa. I legit want to own that record so bad. Oh, what is this? This is not my video.
Cave Story has masterful game design. Masterful
Get
is
out
not
of my
a word I
ear.
throw around often, but Cave Story's game design certainly deserves it. If you've never played Cave Story before, then spoilers! But I'm making an educated guess that you have. If you've
How
heard the
likely do you
concept
think
of
it is
flow,
for
then
Cave Story
good,
to get into
because we're gonna make
Brawlhalla?
extensive
Very.
use out of it right
I'm
now. This
legit
game adheres
surprised.
so
I
strictly to flow
assume.
theory that
Here's
it
the
just
thing.
boggles my mind.
There's another game coming out right now. What is it called? I think it's Framemakers. Yeah. I legit do not think, or I legit believe the devs of Framemakers definitely tried to get quote in this. I genuinely believe so. Now try speedrunning hell? No, never. I legit think there's no way the Framemaker devs didn't try and get quote, but they did get Commander Video, which, you know, hey, technically a Nicholas character. Oh, and they got the pro tag from VVVVVVV. Or I think it's just VVVVVV. I think it's 6 Vs. Anyways, point is, there's no way they didn't try to get quote in this.
So how could just one guy have made such a well-designed and enjoyable game? Well, let's get to it. Part 1. The
What's
safe room policy.
VVVVVV? A fun,
when you
like
wake up and you're still sort of groggy because it's nice and quiet and you're just so
platformer.
relaxed? Well, what if
That's
every
all
morning
about
you
like
were awoken
flipping
by the
gravity.
sweet,
It's pretty
dulcet
fun.
tones of...
The thing is,
It would be
VVVVV I think is
disorienting,
like
and
a
you'd be kinda
support.
mad. Same rule applies to video games in what is known as the safe room policy. When you're first starting a game, you're kind of disoriented because you don't really know the controls, the mechanics, or the physics.
Which doesn't happen
So
from...
instead of
Oh,
starting
okay,
you off in a room
gotcha.
full of enemies, Cave Story gives you an entire room to yourself to fool around in. The original Mario Brothers did the same thing with its first enemy because you're given plenty of time to figure things out before a challenge comes. This little room teaches you almost
Then maybe
everything
they
you need to know
just,
about the game. You're forced to learn to jump in order to exit.
I would
If you fall
assume
trying
maybe
to get a
that's...
grasp on the controls,
I'm
you'll fall into
pretty
the
sure
water, where
Nicholas
you'll
would
notice
still
this
be
little
fine
arrow
with
meter.
quote.
Numbers
Just
are
maybe it was
scary, so
easier
you
to get the
probably wanna
rights to
get out
Commander
ASAP,
Video.
and voila, you're not in danger of drowning. You're also given free access to a save icon and a heart station, which are key parts of the game. When you finally want to leave, you'll have to figure out how to exit by pressing down on the D-pad. So in this tiny little safe room, we already know how to jump, save, refill our life for free, enter and exit areas, and avoid drowning. And all of this is in a threat-free environment. Don't you just feel your confidence
Quote
growing?
should have gotten...
We
Cave
take
Story
the
should have
safe room
gotten into
policy for
Smash
granted a lot
anyway,
of the
yeah.
time. But it's pretty easy to understand why it's so important. The first 60 seconds of Resident Evil 2 find you immediately surrounded by zombies. You're watching these zombies
Me
come
Gunner
closer
costume
while
would have
trying to
been
move your
perfect.
character,
That would have
but
been
oh wait,
neat,
it's
yeah.
tank controls, so you'll probably just end up spinning around in circles. Oh, we're dead. If you aren't already familiar with Resident Evil controls, you'll probably die in this very first area, because you're given no time to figure things out. But in Cave Story, you already feel like you have a handle on the game, and that you can probably take whatever the next room holds for you. This safe room policy does so much to engage the player because it's unrelated to any individual player's skill level. Part 2. Showing Chevron Telling. So you finally leave your little room and you're presented with this screen. First you try going right and you realize that the way is blocked by these funky looking blocks. Luckily, there's one within reach that doesn't require you to
that
fight
small
anything.
little bit of acceleration.
And you go up
is
to it
neat.
and mash all the buttons, but nothing. So you're pretty sure you can't get past here yet. So instead of jumping right into this enemy and taking
Did
damage
so
trying
good
to get
against
through,
Igor.
you have a practice block a few steps closer to you to teach you that these blocks can't be broken in the player's current state. Already you know this is a dead end, and you didn't have to be told this in a pop-up tutorial or by taking damage and dying. So let's try the other way. You know, it looks pretty scary, but you're pretty sure you remember how to jump, and you clear these spikes with ease. You might want to jump on these bats here like Mario, but if you try, you'll see that you'll take damage. Okay, so you can't damage enemies yet, but now you've got another problem. Your health is low. Well, you get past this first bat, and you'll notice a little capsule here in the wall,
No one
which
passed.
conveniently
I wouldn't
gives
be
you a
able
good
to.
boost to your health.
That's for
So at this
sure.
point in the game, all you've learned to do is open
Bunny
doors and jump around the
muscles, yeah.
environment, and already you're being rewarded. This makes you feel
Misery
good because
could
you're
be
already
sword
conquering the
fighter.
game's
Here's
first
how I
challenge,
see it.
and this inspires you to keep
Curly
going.
would be gunner.
Eventually, you'll
hate
get
to
the
tell
Polar
you.
Star, your first
Quote
weapon.
would be sword
The name
fighter.
doesn't really tell you much, but the icon is a gun, so you're pretty sure you can start killing enemies now.
And then
And
I
you
don't know,
notice this fancy little
Malco,
icon up here in the corner,
Malco Brawler.
and, oh my, level 1. My character is level 1. Great. So you leave the room
Might
and
be
you
of
proceed to go back to
Egoraptor's
that
Mega
block
Man
from
X
before
video.
because you remember that you couldn't break it. You'll probably collect these little
Yeah.
triangles purely by accident at first, and you'll notice your level bar increasing. You'll also probably
Arthur,
refill your
yeah.
life by collecting hearts, but even if you don't, you're still in good shape here. It's at about this point
Sue
you'll
is
discover
Brawler,
that
most
collecting
likely.
experience levels up your weapons, not your character. This is, in my opinion, perhaps the crowning achievement of Cave Story's gameplay. Instead of giving your character permanent HP or damage upgrades, your guns are your main form of progression. So what's the big deal? Well, in a Metroidvania title like Castlevania or Metroid, there's no downside to tanking through rooms or even boss fights. especially with potions
You
available.
guys have no idea
You can
how
put on
much
better
I've thought
armor
of
and
like
grind for
making
HP,
a
and eventually all you'll need to do
a
is hit
cave
enemies faster
like
than they
a
hit you.
quote God in Smash
contrast,
video.
Cave Story
Because I'm
punishes you for
telling you,
taking damage, not
the
only by
ideas
taking
I
away your
have in
HP,
my head,
but also by removing power from your guns,
amazing,
meaning
genius,
that trying to
beautiful.
tank through an
I
area
promise,
is
I
virtually
swear.
impossible.
But that video is
You're
never
encouraged
going to
be
see the
careful
light
and
of day.
methodical,
I'm not going to
treating
write the
each
script for
enemy
that.
as a worthy opponent. If you don't, you'll find yourself at the end of an area having to fight a boss with low HP
Maybe
and
like
level 1 weapons.
way out in the
Leveling also
future.
gives each area a consistent drop other than hearts and missiles, and forces you to navigate some tricky platforming if you want to collect the experience you've earned.
That'd be
Weapon leveling as a
amazing.
concept
That
is an
legit would be
incredibly
funny.
effective way
Just
to teach
game's
the
over.
player, and also to encourage them to play the game the way it was meant to be played. If you make it to this door, you'll notice that you have to jump up to it. You might also notice that it has a giant scary red eye. If you for some reason decide to jump up anyway, you'll take 4 damage. And if you took 1 damage earlier from jumping into a bat, this will leave you with 1 HP. But instead of killing you with a cheap death, the game's telling you that its areas are teeming with enemies. Not only this, but they do a lot of damage,
Smash Bros.
and that
Fans.
it's going to let you slide this time, but you better be more careful in the future. If this door does kill you, then you only have to replay the first
For
2
extra
rooms, and hopefully you learn
authenticity,
from
yeah.
your
They haven't
mistakes.
even made the character.
Next, we're given 2 very brief cutscenes that are incredibly important for the player experience. In the first one, we learn that this guy's hungry. Okay, he's trying to reach
I'm
someone
gonna
named Sue.
go now,
In just a
keep
few
on
seconds,
Cave
we learn
Story
that this guy
Gamers.
is
See you
trapped in a
later,
room,
Scribs.
and he's calling for help. In the next scene, these 2 rabbit-looking things,
I
called
just realized
Mimigas,
he's
are
using like
engaged in
Final
conversation
Fantasy text boxes.
about events that are already happening. This means it's up to you to piece together the game's story. So you don't even get to know your character's name, but these guys get whole cutscenes? It
So
feels like
there's
there
a
are bigger things going on here.
wonderful
This is
Steam
one of the game's
Workshop
strongest
mod that
assets.
adds
It
quote to
inspires
Rivals of
curiosity
Either.
from
It's
its very
great.
first moments, and humans being naturally curious, we'll play on to find
There's
out more
plenty
about
of
this
good
world.
ones for Rivals
So
of
anyway,
Either.
you drop from the ceiling and the game starts again. Notice the very first thing that happens here. Quote will always drop down
More
and
like
face
yummy
right upon standing,
nickels.
which means that the camera will slowly pan towards the right and give you more viewing space on the right side. You might notice
People
the red
have
disc,
already
and
added
if you're
them to
lucky,
Rivals.
some neurons in your brain will fire and say, "Oh yeah, this is a save point. Let's check it out." It's 2 simple jumps to get to the room, and inside you'll
I
live your life and
recognize
save,
that. That's
so
me.
already you feel like
That's
you're on
me.
top of things here. You're now being shown, rather than told, that there's another safe room just a few steps away. So you might try to talk to this guy, expecting him to tell you where to go or what to do on some sort of fetch quest, but no. All he does is make cryptic remarks about the current position of the game's story, and he leaves you to advance on your own.
All you can
Of
find on
course,
the
when you
workshop
talk to
was
King,
quote
the
buddy.
camera will pan to the left, because that's the way you're facing. And surprise,
I would assume that they
surprise,
made
there's
a,
another
that
door
they would
here.
have tried with
Hey,
at
we
least
don't have
clearly,
any
but I
doors.
guess not.
Let's do
My
it.
bad, G.
You'll have to make slightly trickier jumps here, but your reward is a Mimiga that just happens to know exactly where to find Sue. You might decide to investigate this shiny thing, which turns out
Let's
to be
go,
a locket.
Kumpachi.
Well, can you equip it? Can you use it? Apparently not yet.
No,
but
they
we learned
killed
there are
the
key items in this
Eggman.
game that are probably related to the story and not meant purely for character progression. Back outside, you learn this Mimiga has the key to Arthur's house. Wait a second, didn't we just overhear that Sue is in Arthur's
We
house?
finna do
Well,
this?
Let's get the key. Notice how this Mimiga runs to the right and down.
That is up to
If we
whoever
follow
would
suit,
like to,
we'll see
but
that
I
even though
would
this area
gladly
is initially
support.
daunting because of its size.
If you guys need some input, I'll be there. No, not the eggfish. That was good. That was no. Don't say that. How dare you? How dare you eat him? That's so mean. And the first thing I see is the fish dying. Hi, Ray. No, not wonderful. I've been seeing bits and pieces of the FNF Cave Story Week mod. It looks really dope, and I've heard some of the music they've released for it, and it's nice. I think there's a demo out, right? Or at least they just released a demo. Here, we're gonna cheat. I'm gonna pick a video. Classic. If you guys haven't seen this video, oh my god. Classic. Peak early internet comedy. Yeah, there is a demo. Nice. Amazing video. He's just smiling. Peak in early internet comedy. Oh, what is this video? Hey, y'all should wait. Oh, I know that. This is the trailer.
On the
Secret
night
Santa.
before
I was about to say, why does this
the
look so
Gaudi
familiar? I just added
stole
these
all of
clips
the presents
to the
from
beginning
under
of my
the
last video.
trees. On Balrog, on Santa, be stealthy and swift. Sneak into each
Curly
house
is
and
literally so
return
happy.
every gift. They'll know you were there when they see that you ate the cookies the Mimiga left on a plate. And they'll hear you exclaim as you soar out of sight, "Merry Christmas from Nicholas, and to all a good night." Cave Story's Secret Santa, available now.
Look at the bunny. I still have yet to acquire Curly's underwear in my very first Cave Story playthrough. Well, I mean, if you've played through it, it's too late now, isn't it? I could be wrong. Is it actually the Nintendo Switch trailer? What's next? It's not.
As the story goes, a young man once approached Mozart and said to him, "Herr Mozart, I am needing some advice. I want to make a video game, a big Metroidvania game with platforming and shooting mechanics, compelling characters, and multiple endings. How do I go about making this thing?" "No, no, no," Mozart replied. "This is much too ambitious for one amateur such as yourself to do alone. Why don't you work on something easier, like a short
Mozart's
flash
mean.
game or a walking simulator?" The young man was quite taken aback. "But Herr Mozart, you made Cave Story all on your own in your spare time." Yes," Mozart gave the young man a sly look, "but I never asked anyone how to do it." That Mozart's name? Daisuke Amaya, commonly known as Studio
Let's
Cave Story is
go!
undoubtedly one of the most influential games of the last
That's
20
exactly
years,
how it
including
happened,
both
too.
the start of the mid-2000s indie movement and the trend of retro-inspired pixel art games that we've been showered in for the last decade. Most impressive is that everything about this game was made by one man, from the programming and art all the way down to the music and even the program used to create the music. Since music is why we're all here, I wanted to talk about a concept that I find really interesting that the Cave Story soundtrack displays really well: the harmonic implications of a melody.
My superhuman
the idea
damn
is that
near,
a melodic
yeah.
line, if constructed properly, can convey a harmonic progression entirely on its
Never
own.
played Cave
The
Story
reason why
before
this is
until now.
important
Oh
is
shoot,
because
I
it's
didn't
very
realize.
easy for a melody to
Well then hell
meander
yeah,
or
Ray. I
lose
hope
its
you
sense
enjoy.
of purpose and fail to grab the listener. And focusing on creating tension and release from
Music
a harmonic
theory,
perspective
no!
of the melody can keep this from happening. The same way that it would be tough to keep a song interesting if you only ever used one chord, it's tough to keep a melody interesting if it doesn't convey any sense of harmonic movement on its own. So how does a melody imply harmony? It's all about taking the sound of a chord and creating that sound with a single melodic line. The most blunt approach would be to just use notes from the chord in question. Take the track Access from Cave Story. It's just a single melodic line accompanied by a drum beat. There are no chords being played at all, and yet you can still hear the implied harmony. This D to F sharp is just a leap up of a major third, but that's enough to generate the sound of a D major chord. With the following leap of a third between C and E, we hear an implied C major chord. Alternating these two intervals back to back therefore implies a 1 to flat 7 progression in the key of D, even though no chords are actually
There
being
isn't
played.
any
If you wanna
Dorito
test my
notice in
theory,
the
just listen to
music.
me play this progression, and then compare it to the tune in question. It sounds the same, right? This
No.
melody is clearly implying this harmony. A slightly more nuanced way of doing this is through scalar motion.
I'm lying,
The
by
same
the
way
way, I'm
that
just
one
being
small
trying to
interval
be
can
dumb.
invoke the sound of a chord, as
See you
few as
later,
3
Eggman.
notes of a scale played in succession can invoke the sound of the chord that is tied to that scale. Walking up from A to B to C clearly implies a C major tonality, whereas walking down from A flat to G to F clearly invokes the sound of F minor. It's all about what note or notes in the line
I'll
feel like they're
never,
being resolved
man,
to,
I'm
though.
so sorry. Y'all are spitting. I'll never understand music theory. I would love to get into music. I've tried getting into music onto this level. I can't. Because someone translate everything you said into it. No, because I think music is super interesting. Like, there's so much interesting about music that it's like almost as if like it's solved to this scale, yet it's not. Because, like, people hate solved music, yet they go out and try and solve what makes good music. It's so weird. You don't need theory to make music. No, actually. No, we'll go through the roulette. Oh, I kind of opened that video. It's more eShop. What is this? Okay. Oh, I think I know what this is.
My name's Tyrone Rodriguez. I'm the producer on Cave Story for WiiWare.
He's the producer on Cave Story for WiiWare.
5 years ago, what we got is Cave Story, or Dokutsu Monogatari, on freeware PC. That game gained a huge following because of its beautiful game design, artwork, story, and everything that's been wrapped together so well. It's like the ultimate independent game.
No, legit. No, Lego Luigi, that is legit it. He just made music and it sounded good, which is crazy. I recently, you guys know I semi-recently, like a few months ago, made a video about Cave Story's music and what I felt made it so good. Also, welcome Calcium. And someone in my comments, Tectonic Improv, you should check out their videos, by the way. They just put out a banger Yoshi's Island video. What's it called? They told me that apparently in an interview with Danny Baranowski, looking at Cave Story's music, it's like wild. Like it shouldn't make any sense, but yet it's so good. Like again, just like paraphrasing Danny Baranowski here, it is music that only Pixel could have made, and that is so dope. No matter how hard you try, or at least that's what they've said. I'm going to need to speak today.
Almost in a remastered version for WiiWare. The added features that we've added to Cave Story are obviously the new music and the artwork. We've added 3 save files, and a lot of the effort has gone into adding DLC. And what we've been doing is we've been listening to the fans. You know, they've been asking for new weapons, they've been asking for new characters, and that's something that we're really taking into consideration and making sure that the DLC infrastructure is there for the future. Amaya-san is the mastermind of Cave Story. He single-handedly programmed, designed, produced, wrote the music to, and did everything for Cave Story. So if you love Cave Story, he's the man you have to thank for. Cave Story is like right here. The artwork's done, the music is just about done. To the fans, we want to thank you for being so patient.
It was taken into consideration. Stop it.
Really aiming to get it done this summer.
Cave Story DLC plus season pass. What would that even look like? Really? Oh, you guys should go watch this video. I'll say it again. Y'all should go watch this video. Banger video. It took a lot of work. It took too much time. Yo! Whoa! What is this? This has to be a dream come true. Cave Story in the 3rd dimension? This has to be the greatest thing God could have ever blessed us with on this earth. What happened to Balrog? What happened to him? This video. No, the infrastructure was there. They took it into consideration, Calcio. What an odd trailer. Yeah, none of that says Cave Story. You kind of just are expected to be like, oh yeah, that's the guy from Cave Story.
From Evil Yoda. That says, look
Reverse Boss Adventure by Supreme Dirt. Here it is.
And now, it is time. The moment you guys have been waiting for. It is time for some Cave Story 3D with Supreme Dirt.
What a good run, by the way. Supreme Dirt does so much wild things to the game, it's bonkers.
When we have the inventory going, we can interact with things. Usually this doesn't matter, but Arthur's house actually has event IDs high enough that we can actually interact with them with the inventory.
Cave Story 3D was the worst. What's up, Mesa Butte? I think there's some the history that Cave Story 3D brings to the game is way more interesting than Cave Story 3D itself. Just do panning shots of the environments. What a banger trailer, am I right? Oh, okay, we're doing the developer's voice. Because I genuinely like this, because we get an actual, like, Pixel interview. Not very good execution, 100% agreed.
My name is Tyrone Rodriguez. I'm the producer for Cave Story.
Look at Pixel. Pixel has such good hair. That's our
I've
guy.
been traveling for 18 hours and finally I'm in Kyoto to see Pixel.
Oh, お前さん、久しぶり。元気？
I would legit love to play as the Doctor. You have no idea. Man, do we have to pull up the video? I'm not going to pull it up. You guys have seen the Doctor video in Blade Strangers, right? God, I wish. I truly wish. Part of me wants to believe that Blade Strangers at one point in development was just a cave story fighting game. And that legit would have been so cool. You haven't? Alright, I'm bringing up the video. Blade Strangers Doctor gameplay. It has to be. If you Google it. No, I don't want to dig through Tyrone's Twitter. I have the video as a file. Don't kill me. No, you're good. What if I Google it? Hey. What if I just look up like Blade Strangers? 1 sec, you have it? Okay. We'll just go to like here. I know somebody uploaded it to YouTube. Someone has to have, right? Right? We'll forever have 2 empty character slots, I know. Didn't you have a video? I have the file. I could pull up the file. Here, I'll just do that. I'll just pull up the video file. Case story stuff. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? I know I have the file. Is it in my downloads? Probably. Here it is. So at some point in development, Pixel was going, or Nicholas was going to do this. He looks so cool. Like, look at the background. It's the throne room with all the Mimiga, like, captured. It's dope. That is so cool. Quo literally got destroyed. Yeah.
I'd been speaking to a friend of mine about
More accurate,
casual
more
freeware and indie games, and he mentioned a game
yeah.
called Doukutsu or known as Cave Story. After playing Cave Story
It's
for
so badass.
probably within the
Night
first
Chow.
15 minutes, there was something magical about the game, and I was curious why no company had done
He
anything
at
with
least
it.
has to be 70 to 80% finished. It's so sad. The thing is, I believe he was turned into a Bon, which is pretty sad. Also, holy crap. Thank you so much, Mesa Butte. Really upsetting how little people create content for Cave Story. Keep up the great work. I'm doing my best. I'm going to try and put out one more, like, I'm calling it, like, hyper-fixated video on Cave Story. And then after that, it's the big one. But most of my work right now is going towards the big one video, which is the Cave Story video part of the trilogy. I really, really appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much, Mesa Butte. You're the best. I'm gonna make a Cave Story OST arrangement. The DM Dork Run was epic. Can't wait for it. I really hope it's good. I'm truly really confident about the 3 videos I have coming out. They're not all Cave Story. One of them is Cave Story, but I'm super confident about all 3, especially the Cave Story one. In fact, before I started the stream, I was working on it. I just felt like streaming.
Game, right? So we felt compelled to really pursue Nintendo and try to bring Cave Story to the Wii. I just drafted an email to Pixel in Japanese and introduced myself and said if he was interested in doing anything with Cave Story, and he replied.
信じられなかったですけどね、本当に。ゲーム自体が古い感じのゲームなんで、それが最新型のゲーム機で扱われることになるとは思わなかったですね。
Are part of the exclusive content for Wii, what we've done is we've redone all the artwork and we've also redone all the music for the WiiWare version. So with the flip of a switch or a button,
Why did I accept
you can
that?
switch
Get
from
out
the
of here.
old artwork to the new artwork or the old music to the new music, and you can actually mix and match. To get a little bit technical, the original Cave Story was designed with a resolution of 320 by 240.
It's
what you
so
may or may not
cool
know is
seeing
that the
this,
Wii
like,
supports
development stuff,
640
like
by
the
approximately
background as
480. And what that has allowed us is to take the original character from Cave Story and add
Is
a
this not
significant
just
amount of
new
detail. The main
WiiWare
character now,
title
for
music?
instance, compared to the original artwork, he now has hair, he has a
Oh, this
green
is
star.
access
You can
right
really
now.
make out the details on the character. It just brings the game a whole new dimension of life. Pixel is based in Japan, and we are in the United States. However, we've been able to work
Why did
pretty
they
closely
change
with Pixel.
Misery's hair?
It's been
True.
pretty streamlined as well as pretty transparent, our relationship with us, regardless of if he's in Kyoto or if he's in California.
洞窟物語を作り始めたのは、学生の時からで、コンピューターの
I'll go back right now.
専門学校に行ってたんですけど、その時に同じ寮に住んでいた友達がゲームを作ることができて習い始め
Is
たんです
released
け
stuff?
ど、
Okay.
最初にいろいろ決めてから作るんじゃなくて、まずキャラクターを画面に出してみるのから始まって、今度それをジャンプさせたり横に動かしたりするんですけど、自分で操作しながら気持ちよくなるまでそれ調整続けるんですよ。キャラクターなんかも書くたびに変わるんですよ。多分今書いても同じものが書けなくて、敵キャラクターのモチーフに石鹸を使おうとなぜか思ったんですけど、石鹸に目を描いて手足をつけて作っていくとなかなか違うもので、近く描いて手足つけたらなんか石鹸じゃないんですよね。それが石鹸に見えない。でもまあそれはそれで構わないかってことで色をつけたり線をつけたりして形になったんですけど。
To the large Cave Story fan base, sound is probably one of the most important things. We didn't want to ruin that, but we needed to update it to keep it consistent with the chiptune sound that Pixel had made. So we didn't think it'd be fitting just to release Cave Story as is without doing some upgrades. That's we included download content. So now players will be able to go online and be able to actually download boss mode. And what that is, it lets you go from one boss to the next. The other mode, which is a little bit more
Is this how Final Battle sounds?
And that involves
in new
sound that Pixel had made. So we didn't think
Is
it'd be
this
fitting
really
just
how
to
it
release
sounds
Cave
in the
Story
new
as
soundtrack?
is without doing some upgrades. That's we included download content. So now players will be able to go online and be able to actually download boss mode. And what that is, it lets you go from one boss to the next. The other mode, which is a little bit more of a secret, is time attack mode. And that involves the most difficult and also most secretive level in the game. And you have to see how quickly you can blast through it.
パソコン版の元の洞窟物語をやってくれてありがとうございます。本当に作った甲斐があります。
Is my YouTube poop in the playlist?
WiiWare 版は
It can be.
表現しきれなかった細かい部分がすごくいい感じに出来上がっていて、だいぶインターネットにネタバレが出ちゃってるんですけど、できるなら何も知らずにプレイ始めて、あ、こんなとこまで作ってやら、こんなんもなるんだっていうそういう発見が絶対楽しいんですよ。だから今から始める部屋についてはあまり予備知識なしで始めてもらいたいですね。それは思います。
The biggest reason, one of the biggest reasons why Pixel and I decided to do this for Wii and WiiWare is to both let the old fans or the original fans give it a shot on a console, but as well as open it up to new fans. We appreciate the support and we really look forward to them playing the WiiWare version, hopefully really enjoying and seeing all the love and effort and time we put into making sure that it's as close to perfect as possible.
This is from 12 years ago. You're good, Johnny. Just don't let it happen again, homie. New WiiWare game dropping? Stop. Oh wait, actually we were supposed to check out... Oh, I don't know if it's too late to go back. Because it's random. Oh my god, Biz is here? No! Yeah, but no, Biz is here. Bidge Managerson. Owner of CMMC TV. Okay, so he's...
About casual, freeware, and indie games, and he mentioned a game called...
That's running hell.
I've been traveling hell to really cave story.
Or not running hell, Labyrinth.
信じられなかったですけどね、本当に。ゲーム自体が古い感じのゲームなんで、それが最新型のゲーム機で扱われることになるとは思わなかったですね。
Didn't Amaya give like a GDC talk? He did. In prison yet for his crimes? You know what? Wait, what video is this one? This another 3D trailer? I assume so, because that's the only thing this has done for Cave Story. Said that someone doing beta testing messed with the music files without his consent during beta testing. Apparently, the unintended sound was added in an update. Or the intended sound was added in an update. Really? I didn't know that. I'd ask for proof, but it's the new soundtrack. Reborn. This is like an old school Five Nights at Freddy's trailer. Reborn. Unrelated question, but go ahead, fire. Cave Story 3D conference? Did they hold a conference specifically for 3D? Five Nights at Freddy's. They did, I'm pretty sure. Must have been hyped for this back in the day. You know I was. That's the thing. I was. And then I would never buy the game. In fact, only reason I bought the game was for a YouTube video. If I recall correctly, the music was messed up and WiiWare due to programming incompetence, not due to malice and the beta testing. Miss America Press Event 2011, Cave Story 3D. I'll look it up. Oh yeah. We'll come back to this. I'll keep it in another tab. But yeah, that definitely seems like something that would be done. I kind of really want to watch that, actually. I want to know what's going through. Cave Story 3D was somebody's first Cave Story experience. Oh, 100%. I know when I put out my Cave Story 3D sucks video, I had so many people in my comments tell me that it was the way that they first played the game. Now, thankfully, a lot of those people said that they actually tried the games afterwards. I pronounce it Butte, by the way, Mesa Butte. Well, I guess that's why I've been saying Mesa Butte. Maybe is your name pronounced Mesa Butte? But I always said Butte. I'm gonna go drink some hot cocoa. Bring some for the rest of the chat, please. Thank you. Myself included. And like classic mode is kind of neat. I like classic mode. Oh yeah, Cave Story 3D got delayed 3 times. They constantly delayed this game.
Cave Story is one of my personal favorite video games.
Alright, we've already seen this one. I'm just gonna specifically pick out a video. There's one I specifically want to point out. Where is it at? Here he is! Here he is! It's him! You guys,
CSMC.
unironically, this is the best thing Enlight's done. Genuinely. Look at the Monster X Cat. This is genuinely one of the best projects ever done. This is not, I swear, Enlight. This is genuinely genius.
TV is made possible.
I have
by
never ever seen, there is so much effort that went into CSMC TV. It's so good. Genuinely so good. I mean this with 100%, with 1,000%, to quote my favorite fighting game player.
CSMC TV is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
By viewers like us, guys. Anyways, Curly Brace Cave Story not safe for work speedrun. There we go. Good video. More Mr. Beast. Oh, I was about to say the video's not pausing. We're stuck with Mr. Beast. Okay, let's actually watch this video. This seems like a good time to watch it.
We would like to introduce Vice President Joanna. And Haru couldn't make it tonight, but she's here.
Take what I said with a grain of salt.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Joanna Hirota. I'm the Vice President of NIS America. As most of you know, Haru Akinaga is usually the guy who stands up here and does the official welcome speech to all of you, and he really regrets that he couldn't be here tonight.
This seems so neat.
But he wanted me to make sure that, I conveyed his personal thanks to all of you for coming here and supporting us. Many of you, year after year.
So wait, just for like a little bit of background, I could be dumb here. I know it says reveal with teaser trailer. Was this genuinely the first time they showed off Cave Story 3D? Like this was like we're about to see the birth of this project. Like, is that what I'm watching? I don't like it, but I get it.
I think this is like our fifth San Francisco press event, so we're really happy about that. It's hard for me to believe that it's already 7 years since we started up.
The birth of that was
NISA,
plan.
and at the time there were just 4 of us. There was Haru, myself, Jack over here, and Hiroko, who couldn't be here tonight.
No, because Pixel worked on Cave Story.
Now we have
I'm pretty sure Pixel, like, here's the thing. Even though I don't like Cave Story 3D, and even though a bunch of people don't like Cave Story 3D, I still genuinely think that the people who worked on Cave Story 3D wanted to put out something good. I don't mean any bad intent towards the developers, the team that worked on it, because obviously a lot of people put work into Cave Story 3D, and that's kind of what Cave Story 3D is, why Cave Story 3D is awesome or cool. My newest Cave Story 3D video, that's what that video is kind of about. Is that I truly think that the people who worked on Cave Story 3D had good intent. And they really, really wanted to put out something pretty neat. I just don't agree with the choices that they made.
People in our office, they're very capable, talented people. And we have about 60 titles under our belt.
If Cave Story 3D had a bigger budget and more time, it could have been incredible. I genuinely think that there is a universe out there.
So all of this
where Cave Story 3D came out and it banged, and it
all of your
slapped.
continuous support for us, and we truly are
It was
very
everything
grateful.
fans would have wanted out of it.
We have a pretty
Or at least the
exciting
3D
year
one, I'll say.
coming up ahead of us. Lots of exciting things, including a really amazing presentation coming up right after me.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not going to give anything away right there. But Haru wanted me to make sure that I gave you a little hint as to what was happening. One of the things is that Nipponichi Software will be coming up with a game for the NGP this coming year. So that's something that you can look forward to.
What's the NGP?
And then there's another project that we're working on that's going to be
welcome back, Ray. Welcome
kind
back.
of surprising, I
Yeah, I
think,
missed you,
and
man.
exciting all the same. We couldn't get it ready in time to show today, but I'm sure now is gonna let you know fairly shortly what it is. So look forward to that too. Going on, you know, I was asked to make this short, and the other thing that I was asked to be was to be nice. I'm not really sure what that meant because I think I'm nice most of the time, but anyway. To go on to the next part of the presentation, this evening we are really pleased to have with us the development team, or some of the members of the development team from Nicholas. We've been really fortunate to be able to work with them on an amazing project, and we're really happy to welcome them here tonight. And I'm gonna just, from there, let Ryan
The old Nicholas
or
logo.
Jack take over and tell you some more.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for coming here tonight. We have a really special title to showcase to you. And probably the picture here is a little bit of a giveaway with the hat and the gun.
Prinny
Some of
quote,
you might
yeah.
notice what it is.
Oh yeah, Prinny quote
The
goes
game
hard.
we're going to be showing you tonight is the original version was actually created by a single creator a while back ago for the PC
It does go
version.
hard.
And
Will Cave
then
Story Secret
later
Santa come
on,
back?
it
I
was
assume
ported
every
over
holiday or
to
so.
the Wii and
It's come back for two.
DSi,
It's been out for
system
2
by the
years
amazing
now.
people of Nicholas.
For 2021 and
tonight,
2022.
For the first time, we would like to introduce Cave Story 3D for the Nintendo 3DS system.
Oh, this really is the first time they're announcing this. Never played Secret Santa, although I've watched the trailer. It's neat. You don't need to play it.
It's a real pleasure for me to introduce Daisuke Amaya, the original creator, and also Tyrone Rodriguez from Nicholas.
Isn't it free? Whenever it's out, it's free, yeah. Will it be free again? It was free. There he is! There's our guy! And Tyrone.
Thanks, bye. Everybody, I'm Tyrone Rodriguez. I may know some of you. And my name is Daisuke Amaya from Japan. Standing here and for welcoming.
Bro, Daisuke's doing his best to speak in English. He really tried. Yeah, like I said, they really tried to make this something neat for the fans.
And now we're expanding that partnership by including NIS America and bringing Cave Story to the 3DS. Can you tell us a little bit about how you started working on Cave Story?
I just feel lazy to get it.
Can you tell us a little
I
bit
don't think
about
it's
how you
out
started working on
anymore.
the original Cave Story?
Is that the only time he's ever spoken English on camera? Maybe. But he really learned a line. He learned a line and practiced his accent just to say hi. Man, I love
He just
Pixel.
mentioned that Cave
He's too
Story,
good for
he,
this world.
began way back when, about 10 years ago. Started off as like a side project, just building up little by little, and he did both the programming and the music all by himself. So it was a lonely project, but very satisfying.
In 2008, we announced that we were working together with Daisuke to.
Oh, they never took it down? Let's
And what
go.
we did at that time is that we took the original game, we redid all the artwork, we redid the music, we put a lot of effort into.
Can we get a round of applause?
To a further level now with the power of the 3DS, we're able to use this kind of stereoscopic graphics, but also take the game and not just go from sprite artwork, but go into fully realized 3D environments, 3D characters, animations. And what we've done is our team ends up.
This is not, no, actually, yeah.
Like this, for instance, this is an area from Cave Story. We'll create this area as concept artwork. We'll shoot it over to Daisuke. We'll get his feedback and make sure it gets his stamp of approval and it gets exactly the look, feel, and detail of what he wants to do. And then from there, we start to create it into 3D. This is actually an area that you're going to be able to see and play on the 3DS later this year. So we've been having a lot of fun creating these environments. Here you can see this is the first cave. It's lit. You've got a lot of wood going on. Later on into the game, you'll get into this area called Mimiga Village, which is a very iconic area in the game. Again, we've made sure that Daisuke is very happy with everything that we're doing. He's essentially the producer, the director, the designer on this game as well as the original. So we want to make sure that he's been very happy with everything.
I wonder if Pixel's ever, because he's talking about how Pixel was shown everything before they put it into the game, before they put it into motion. They put it into art, Pixel approved it, then they'd put it into a model, then Pixel would approve it again. I wonder if Pixel's ever denied anything. Like, if he's ever been like, no, like, this is not where we should be going. This isn't Cave Story. And if so, I'm genuinely curious, like, how bad that would have looked, you know?
Working on the 3DS and being able to bring Cave Story to the 3DS.
幸せだと思います。まさかこんなところまでこのゲームが進化するとは思いませんでした。
He's really happy to be able to develop for the 3DS because
That they're making a cave. Wait, that they're making a new Cave Story game? I doubt it.
this far.
I've stopped believing in Cave Story. I really hope they would.
It's just astonishing.
So you told someone earlier today that you didn't expect the game to get to where it got to. Now it's on the newest console coming to the US very soon. Can you tell us a little bit about how you feel about it? Everybody here has been great supporters. Thank you all very much. You've been amazing.
Wouldn't Cave Story actually be bad though? Now that's another thing. Would Cave Story be bad? Possibly. It could be really, really bad. But again, I think I'm more excited because I feel like Cave Story is being more, if it was a real project, I do genuinely think it would be taken a lot more positively than something like Cave Story 3D was by the community. And again, no matter what, it's still going to have its fans. People still love Cave Story 3D. I'm pretty sure there are going to be people who still love Cave Story. Again, assuming it does get real, or does get made to get real. But I still think it'll be, it's just an interesting thing. I guess I'm more curious with all the interesting ways they want to take Cave Story. I finally found the link to the music. Nice. I can't send links. Wait, I still can't send links though, right? I don't think so. I've tried taking it off. I truly have. If you want, just send it to me over Discord. Design-wise, it would be like an RPG, yeah. I know to an extent he isn't passive. A suggestion or two in Secret Santa was specifically... Wait. That he got put into the game. Oh, whoops. Sorry. A suggestion or two in Secret Santa was specifically his that got put into the game. Don't know any examples where he said, no, it's not really public info. Yeah, I would assume it wouldn't be and probably never would be. But I don't know. It would be really interesting to see, like, what Pixel denies rather than accepts to take, like, Cave Story in, like, a specific direction. While Cave Story boots up, we'll let this continue. Or, not Cave Story, while Discord boots up. There's a Cave Story Discord? There's tons, yeah. Really depends on what you're looking for. Nerdy, my personal Discord is in my YouTube banner, but heads up, it is not a Cave Story Discord. You'll have to send a link. It's in my YouTube banner. It's enough to hide it from people who want to go and raid it, because it's been raided a few times. But I will say, my server is not a Cave Story server. It's just more for my YouTube channel rather than it is for Cave Story. I know that sounds weird given I'm mostly making Cave Story content right now, but I plan on branching out.
But we do have something to show you.
But there are plenty of Cave Story Discords if that's what you're looking
on
for.
3DS as a physical cartridge. So
GG sus Cave Story, yeah.
So with that said, we can go ahead and start.
That's probably the best one. More about your content in general. Yeah, it is.
So. We're going to show you one area real quick to give you an idea of what the areas look in 3D. Played Cave Story probably recalls an area called Echo. This is what it's going to look like on the 3DS. Obviously, you'll get some stereoscopic effects, but
Whoa! Wait! Whoa! What did we miss? Whoa!
A lot of
Whoa!
effort,
Whoa!
a lot of detail. It's hopefully you really enjoy seeing the game in 3D, seeing the main character.
Yeah,
running
it's
around.
rendered
Now, the
out in
animation's
like
probably
this
a little
curved
exciting.
way, and that's what it feels like it is being drawn out in whenever you're like playing Cave Story 3D. It feels like it's made in like this.
Thank you very much.
I don't know, like this 3D way where a corridor feels curved, like you're going around something.
Yeah, so now we are going to go ahead and cue up a quick teaser trailer that we put together very quickly for you. That's the new quote right there. And Balrog.
Is the Ame music video? No, it's not. He doesn't look that scary.
Thank you.
It's like Cocomelon content. God. Okay, let's see. Oh, I worked on the music for. Okay. So this is what you were talking about. As you've all noticed, there's weird thing going on with the audio. For instance, drum tracks not playing. Instrument changes delayed, unbalanced mixing. I discovered this yesterday while watching Let's Play videos, and I'm as disappointed as you. Nicholas. Wait, is Nicholas like an actual person? Nicholas? I assume they meant Nicholas. But who knows? Or maybe they do mean someone else, because Nicholas and me have been asking many times for being able to sound check the game, but that's not really something we have control over. Of course, the music is still questionable, but I still want to say a few words to people. A few words about it, since people start to associate us with all the audio oddities of the game. That's quite embarrassing, especially because I feel like we've done the job, seriously considering limitations we had and the time spent sorting them out. Interesting. They just meant the company? Okay, you're eating tacos? Nice. Steam would not let me create an account, then yeah, I don't think there's really any other easy way to get Secret Santa at the moment. On the upside now, I talked to Tyrone yesterday and he said something about updating the game when uploading the EU version, so you may look forward. Oh wait, so you may also hope for a Balrog dialogue change. Interesting. So yeah, the EU version was updated, as a lot of people know. People clapping at this trailer is surreal stuff. Yeah, the EU version had changes, especially with the music, and now there's new and there's new EU whenever you're talking about the music. But most people just refer to the EU version or to what is it? What's the name of that version of the Wii OST that someone went in and fixed a lot of like the little oddities and made things sound a lot better? Oh my goodness, it's escaping my brain. I know it. Wii Balance, there it is. Thank you. Not being able to discuss anything about the company's approval is something I've always disliked. I'm aware it's a perfectly common business practice, but it doesn't make it right to express themselves. This is so interesting. What is this on? TIG. Interesting. And this is actually true. Now I'm just reading forum posts. We'll get back to freaking Mr. Beast. Now I'm just reading forum posts. That's just really interesting to me. I'm hyper fixating right now. Looks like in the 3D version, he looks weird. What a good time lapse. Oh, that's live. Do you guys see how Balrog took over the Fall Guy? Or what is this? Is that a Fall Guy? They try making Balrog smile. These people are fighting for a Balrog smile. Oh my god. That's Bucky? Okay. You can see Toroko and King. Some tried giving him a nose. Oh, there's Chi! I didn't even realize Chi was here at one point. And where can I find it? It's called the Cave Story r/place time lapse. We love Noita. Oh yeah, there is a dragon! And Misery. Misery immediately got deleted. But it's okay, because Misery's back. How dare you? How dare KC3? Those bastards. There's Kampachi. They're really trying to get that dragon. That's so cool. Well, at least it's back, yeah. And Jack, yeah. If we get that final shot. They really try to take it back at the end. That's so cute. Look at Jack. Where is this at? This is off somewhere way different, huh? With the Guitar Hero guitar, I don't think anybody's tried. You could safely say that. What's this again? I didn't notice if he was there. Is it Takaturn? Was off by Hollow Knight? Gotcha. Spoilers trailer?
そこでアマヤは完成度の高いフリーゲームを制作することで多くの人に自分のゲームを楽しんでもらえるに違いないと制作に踏み切った。
He got the beta on that laptop.
個人制作でありながら1年にわたりベータテスターとブラッシュアップを繰り返すことで着実に完成度は高まっていった。フィードバックを真摯に受け入れる彼の姿勢はより多くの人に楽しんでもらいたい
Little man.
思いの表れだった。
You want Mr. Little playable? That's so funny. I would actually love that.
制作開始から5年、ついに理想的なゲームが完成した。
And I have that exact model of 3DS right in front of me. Yeah. Do you think Pixar has a backup to the beta? Maybe. I know Nicholas does, apparently.
そして は瞬く間に世界中へと広がった。
That's such cute art. Oh my god. I still follow the artist who did this style of artwork for Cave Story 3D on Twitter. It's so good. Oh hey, would you look at that? The NIST press event was in the playlist. Hey, y'all should go watch these videos. That's crazy. Who's the artist? I don't remember the tag off the top of my head. This is something I want to watch. I would assume that Pixel does too, yeah.
My name is Daisuke Amaya, creator of Cave Story.
2D ゲームが好きです。
I always loved 2D games, and I love music and artwork, so when I play games I could see the combination, the collaboration of the two.
Gonna go steal the beta for you?
2D game.
That'd be insane.
He programmed it, designed it, created all the artwork.
He's speaking English again? No. It's voiced over. You can barely hear him speaking Japanese in the background.
Creator of Cave Story.
But this is voiceover.
I always loved 2D games, and I love music and artwork, so when I play games I could see the combination.
Yeah, it's voiceover.
And I wanted to make a 2D.
Have you ever eaten at Pooh's restaurant? I'd love to, but I'd probably hate what's on the
All the
menu.
artwork, composed the music, literally anything you can think of, he did by himself.
When I started making the platforms, it started to become a
Secret
poster
stream for
where
sure.
I started to think of a cave, and that's how I came across Cave Story.
He really loved playing Metroid.
Is that
as a kid.
just
He
the
loved playing
kanji
all
for
these old
Dokotsu
Famicom games.
Monogatari?
And what he wanted to do was make his own.
Oh,
game
that's
in that
genuinely what it
style.
shows on Pixiv. Okay, they're on Twitter.
I was able to learn it.
The artist is on Twitter.
I made a couple practice games, one called Ika-chan in particular, but these were all just little steps in creating Cave Story.
Ignore the
Cave Story
15
3DS
watching
is the,
now. Ignore
direct
it.
result of all the love
Ignore
and
it.
positive feedback we got from fans from the original Cave Story. It's an action platformer similar to Metroid or Mega Man with a lot of old school sensibilities. Really
It's like
feels
4
like a game
kanji
that
at least,
might have
true.
been an NES game or Super NES game that got lost somewhere, and now you happen to find it in 2010.
I didn't expect it to come to America and be this popular.
I think that there's such a fantastic fan reaction to Cave Story because of the amount of effort Daisuke put into the game to make it feel like an old school game. It really feels like a sincere game. It's not a retro remake.
So the transition from Cave Story from 2D to the 3DS was very difficult in the sense that in 3D there's actually modeling, there's texturing, there's music, there's a lot more to consider.
We've taken the original game and now we've redone it from scratch with 3D environments, 3D characters, all new animations.
Working with these designers and illustrators, it was very
Egg 15 is about to blow up.
the game and what they could come up with.
But we've still kept it true to the original,
Pixel
where
looks
now,
handsome
even though
though,
everything's in 3D, you still have a 2D perspective, and you have a lot of the bells and whistles that you
Yeah,
can only be able
Pixel's
to see
a
on the
good,
3DS.
dope guy. Been held to death row, I failed you.
Is that now that it's actual 3D, like it's something that you can grasp with your hands and something right in front of you.
Imagine Eternal. Is an ARG? I
go 3D
doubt
and use the
Pixel would go that far.
stereoscopics and have all these great visual effects and new sound, new music, new areas. It's going to allow a whole new audience to really get invested into Cave Story.
That was concept art, yeah. Most of it was. Some of it wasn't. I think.
Cave Story is slated as a 3DS launch window title and will be available around the time of release.
Are sometimes hilarious. I'll go back. Oh no. No. Take me back.
From evil Yoda.
Where's it at?
That says look
I'll
forward
find
to
it.
STDQ every year. Can't wait for a whole week of games. And now, it is time. The
There
moment
it
you
is.
guys have been waiting for.
Interview. My name is Daisuke Amaya, creator of Cave Story.
2D ゲームが好きです。
Oh,
I
this
always
one just
loved
doesn't have
2D
it. Oh.
games, and I love music and
Or actually, well, you know what? I don't know if it's this one though. There's one where it talks about eating his levels. Let's go. I forgot quote was in Runner 2. Yeah, actually, that's one of the videos here. Where's it at? Where's it at? We'll go through it. This is quotes trailer for Runner 2.
I'm Charles Martinet, and now it's time for a titillating return to the whimsical world of Runner 2. Quote quickly corralled his courage as he cautiously closed in on the curious teleporter. It was covered in crooked stripes comprised of yellow, orange, blue, pink, and purple, and a corroded container of Uncle Dill's Dills was resting at the bottom. Our mechanical hombre ignored these omens and triggered the teleporter with a furious flip of a borderline broken button. The machine vibrated with vigor and carried our cool-handed quote to a wild world of copious color.
I love that. I love that trailer so much. Mario literally just said, quote, yeah. This video, yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Mechanical hombre, yeah. What does Mountain Dew give you? True. Stomach problems. You know, whether it was a real project or not, this is some beautiful animation. Stop, you're hurting me. This is just such a good animation. What's up, Hog Rider? Look how cute quote looks, exactly. And I fucking died, I'm sorry. Balrog is secretly the Kool-Aid Man. I believe it was an intentional reference. What's my favorite part of Cave Story? That is such a hard question. If I had to pick one part of Cave Story that I just feel is my personal favorite, it's Balcony. That might be underwhelming to a lot of people, but genuinely Balcony is... It's... I hate to say it, it's a perfect part of the game. Balcony's so good. Oh man, I'll just get to it. I'll get this out of the way. Guys, somebody had their school do a Cave Story melody. And listen, before you guys make fun of me, I've cried at this video because of the effort and just hearing Cave Story music to this scale. Even though it's done like, it's obviously done like amateurly, it's done by students, it's still so good to know that like all these students were forced to learn like Cave Story music. It's so freaking amazing. What's your favorite part of CS and why is it Booster talking at you so loud that he dies? I can confirm that it's not. Oh my god, I agree. So, played Running Hell? That's phenomenal. That's like learning how to play Rush E. It's just so good. And they do so many other songs too. We're watching all of this, I don't care. This is so good. Oh my god, stop Lego Luigi, stop. That's so funny. Cave Story fans be like. I believe this is Eyes of Flame. Oh, we'll get to Cave Story with lyrics, don't worry. We'll get to it. But this video is just so good. And you've been stuck on Valos ever since. Favorite version of Eyes of Flame or Ganya? Yeah, this is Eyes of Flame. It's boss fight music. But where's Brentalfloss? We'll get to Brentalfloss soon. Oh man, Oppression! He was trying to make the most emotional, just the most emotional orchestra piece of all time. You know he was. With these songs, he was either trying to make it hype as fuck or emotional as fuck. This brings a tear to genuinely, yeah. I've cried to this video before. It's so good. It's just too good. We still have so much more to go. Oh my god. Bro! When will balcony? They're never gonna do balcony. It's so good. I don't think they do balcony. But you know they had to do Moon Song. Oh, that part! It's so good! It's balcony. Oh, great. I forgive you, don't worry. We're fine, Hogwarts, chill. Bro, running no. Running hell. Curly needs to stop passing out. Yeah, I love Running Hell. It's so good. I listen to it all the time while playing video games too. I'm crying. It's so good. They just get back to plantation. It's so good. We need to lighten up the mood. We need to lighten up the mood. Where is it at? Here we go. Everybody clapped here. This is what you wanted. Here we go. Tell y'all a story about a cave, story about a robot, rolling with a whole lot of bravery. Meet some bloody people in a cave. The doctor got a whim to put the people into slavery. Everybody stuck inside a cave, can't escape the island. World's smallest violence. Teacher D, so much is happening today. Nobody is violent. Things are getting violent. Run, grab a little gun, level up. Damn, it's fun. Fight up, brag. I'ma fight a freaking bag. Bam, pow, then brag. I just beat a freaking bag. Ha, save the Amiga race. Shoot some jerks in the face. With curly braids by your side. If you didn't help you out, you would've died. Your cave story, brave story, slave story. Hey, I'm talking about a cave story, save story, babe story. Here we go. I don't know this part, I'm not gonna lie to you. In a little ash hat, look-alike flowers make the bunny rage. Now they're acting rash like the dirty Jersey trash that snook-alikes. High into the sky, just don't leave with this guy. You will die, at least a couple times you die. But try again, you gotta try. Come on, y'all, if you're a little sick, you'll find panties and lipstick. But do it quick, there's no time. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Cause you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go down into the cave now. You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go down into the cave now. Gotta put the doc in his place, hope you saved curly brace, cause alone it's a case of the blues. So pack it all tight in your little inventory, get ready for the glory of Cave Story. You bet your butt I know this song by heart. So good. You actually could dance to it. Truly telling y'all a story about a cave. Yeah, the Snook-alikes line goes so hard. And make Balrog his own game. I like how he put a disclaimer in the description about the panty. Did he really? No way. Wait, content. When I wrote this, I thought depicting myself as someone who liked panties and lipstick would offset any kink shaming in the words if you're a little sick. In the time since making this video, I've developed a much more robust understanding of the kink community and would like to absolutely write that part differently today. People with fetishes aren't sick, they're just kinky, and that's awesome. That's so funny. I had no idea he did that. This, by the way, for those who don't know, this is the most viewed cave story video, period, of all time. There is no cave story video with more views than this on YouTube. It's the most viewed cave story thing of all time. 2.7 million views. No, literally. What? No, it can't be. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Think of one cave story video with more views. Cave story with lyrics has the most. No, the completionist video only has like, I think it only has 1 million. The completionist cave story. It has 300,000 views. Good video, by the way. Yeah, Brental Floss blow that number out of the water. I'm gonna prove Nerdieo wrong, BRB. Try me. This is genuinely the most viewed cave story thing. Lip sync cave story with lyrics will pass. But I appreciate the suggestion, Johnny Guy. I figured that if we're gonna watch a cave story with lyrics video, it's this one. Aitsaku's Lake. Hi, welcome. No, that's my chat. If you guys genuinely think, have I played the Crystal's Path mod for Cave Story Plus on Steam? I haven't. I should look into it, though. But no, to anybody who thinks this is not the most viewed Cave Story video, it is. I'm sorry. You're wrong. I've looked. I've tried looking. This is the most viewed Cave Story video. Some people would go to the completionist. Other people's might think like Game Grumps Cave Story. Because they did it on Steam Train. 500,000 for the first episode. And the first episode is what's going to get you the most in a Let's Play. The first and last episodes. I also think they only go to part 5. Yeah. What would be the most obvious... Wait, the most obvious Cave Story themed food item you could design? I would assume like a cake with green frosting and a heart on it, because then that'd be like an Iron Bond cake, right? Dear God, yeah. Quote cookie, true. Balrog Pop-Tart, that'd be nice. Ballos Burger, you guys are far more creative than I am. Mr. Gamer 5409, we need a Cave Story Renaissance, genuinely. Yeah, that'd be nice. They only ever went to 5 and I'll never forgive them for it. How far did they get? By episode 5, where are they at?
We're Baltimore.
They're in the grasslands in episode 5. They spent, because these videos are what, 10 minutes long? Old School Game Grumps 10-minute videos? Yeah. They spend an hour, nearly an hour, getting to grasslands. That's kind of nuts. Have you ever heard of Inspect Element? What do you mean? I'm sorry. Triforce Riku, Curly Fries, that's genius. Genuinely, yeah. The second highest viewed Cave Story video is 1.3 million. Yeah, but my point is, Brentovloss's Cave Story with lyrics is at 2.7. There is no higher viewed video. It took me 3 hours to get to Grasslands? Really? They weren't reading the text and couldn't figure out getting jellyfish juice and were going through the fire? Really? Give credit to Nightshow for that one? Give credits to Nightshow. Wait. For which one? Grilled rabbits, you're insane. I always thought Balrog would be a toaster. I've always thought, yeah, he was a toaster, same. He is inspired off of soap, though. Crystal's Path is like the Half-Life 2 mod with Crystal, but in Cave Story, brought by my hand. Yep. Oh, shoot, you made it. Hell yeah. That's dope as hell. I know that. I'm amazed they haven't released a Balrog toaster. They can't keep the truth from us. You can't handle the truth. Give me every credit. I have a theory of all the circa 2010-2012 Cave Story fans will now be in their 20s and start making tons of content. We will have a renaissance. I don't know if that's the case. And maybe it's just because my style of content is my style of content, but there's only so many videos you could make on Cave Story. Can we go back to Mr. Beast? Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we could go back to Mr. Beast. You will be the Cave Story guy to me. I appreciate that. I'm happy. There's so many people in the community who could be like the Cave Story guy. I think the biggest contender is like Dondis, easy. I mean, in general, fan art, fan games, etc. Oh, then we're living it, basically. There's been so many projects, especially in these last few years. With this song modded into Encore? No way. When a Friday Night Funkin' Cave Story mod gets really popular, that'd be cool. Pardon my ignorance. I don't think it's ignorance. It's just like lack of knowledge. Ignorance is intentionally going out of your way to not find that stuff. It's just not knowing. Can you open MS Paint and draw Quote Jack? I don't know what that would look like. Plus, I'm terrible at drawing. And this will be the running hell music? Please no. We can only handle so much Mr. Beast. What's another one we haven't seen? Have we seen the English trailer? I know there's a lot of like these video essay ones too, and all of these are good. Like the Johnny Versus video, that one's really good. Nintendo Dan NC, this video is great. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Video game story time. I was looking at this username but thinking of this video. Video game story time. This video is really dope. Then it's a win in my book. That'd be nice. I've confronted the fact that CS already hit its peak. Hopefully Encore and other disclosed projects brings a smaller one, but yeah, the game is now a historical favorite. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think the best, like, come on, like, we've even gotten to a point where Toby Fox has come out and saying that Cave Story was one of the bigger inspirations for Undertale. And if the Undertale community wasn't going to latch onto Cave Story, I don't think there isn't going to be like a bigger renaissance than that. I think that was kind of its chance. Have I seen the Cave Story online multiplayer fan project? I have. I've played with a few people within my Discord. And Zoe, who was here earlier in chat. They were actually the ones who helped me set it up. I refuse to admit that Cave Story hit its peak. Genuinely, something... I don't know if it's like really up to fans to bring it up. I mean, obviously fans can help bring its peak out, and that'd be really, really cool. But, like, unless Nicholas is gonna do something with it, there's really only so far we could take Cave Story. Yeah, there are so many people theorizing about a prequel project right now. A lot of them could be happening right now, as we speak. And make every sprite Eggman. I'm so rooting for you. I like the new PFP. Where'd you get it? This was art done by Nerdieo on Twitter. There's an artist. If you go to my community tab on my YouTube channel, you can see the full version of the artwork. It's super, super dope. It's supposed to be artwork that's leading into my trilogy project because it's Cave Story, Speed Racer, and FLCL mix. A dope mashup done by Nerdieo, and their commissions are still open for those interested. They were really easy to work with, and we really got to nail the design, I feel like anyways, for what I was looking for. Obviously, I don't mean for this to be like a new version of Quote, just a version of Quote that I wanted to be made. I thought you drew it. No, I'm not that good of an artist. I'm really not. I'll stick to video editing and programming, please. As far as like art, I'm not that great. No, I need an art. I would need an artist to help me out. Yeah, welcome, Blast. I'm an artist. What do we need? Genuinely nice to know. You might want to send me your Twitter later. I'm hoping that me and Eride aren't done. I'm hoping to get a character sheet of this quote version in my PFP, and then share that with a bunch of artists I want to get commissions from. But again, that's super off topic. Tectonic Improv's video.
Recently, I finished my first ever playthrough.
If you guys haven't seen this video, what a guy. Tectonic Improv's so cool. In fact, Tectonic Improv just put out a new video. I hate to spam, but they put out a Yoshi's Island video. If it'll load. This video's so good. I've watched it twice. This is my second watch through. I swear I just showed up at the right time, huh? Suddenly I'm shilling your content and now you're here, making it easier for people to find your content. All they gotta do is click the username in chat to be taken directly to your channel and to be able to watch your full-length commentary on Yoshi's Island. Which may or may not be really good now that you're here. People like forget everything I said. People like Tectonic Improv make me sick. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, money is a thing. Got pills to pay, Chief? Literally. I hate having to use that stuff. Same. There's just... What is this? Did we watch this yet?
Jonathan Holmes here from Destructo.
Why are we on the floor? Am I still looking for videos or are we wrapping up? Is the commentary in his play? This is a cave story playlist? No, the commentary isn't in here. But the commentary is literally your best cave story. I'm sorry, it's your best cave story video. I'm so sorry, Tech. It is. Hang on, we'll get back to this video right now. We're looking up Tectonic. There it is. Oh, I should probably look up cave story. This video, guys. Imagine putting a 2-hour video in there. Where is it at? I looked up Tectonic Improv cave story and all that's coming up is my content. I'm going to your channel. All these videos are so good. They're all so good. We passed it. This video. What a banger. Oh my god. If there is any video, first of all, what a banging video. I don't know, dude. Your stuff is just written so well. I could watch this video over and over again. I was watching this video like a week ago. Come back with the milk and upload it. He just did. I've never seen this video. If you guys haven't seen Tectonic Improv's videos, genuinely really good. Wizorb, this video is one of my favorites. And all the Did You Play This stuff is really cool. I'm trying to get through this video, actually. This one's neat. Did Nicholas steal Cave Story? Obviously. The Super Mario Land commentary, genuinely also really good. Genuinely a banging video. I love this commentary. World record progression on American Dad. Very of its time video for those who remember that trend. Yep. Remember seeing more Did You Play This? I will eventually make my way through this playthrough. I'm making my way through the Linkara atop the fourth wall video. Elaine AMV, yeah, because we only watched based YouTubers around here. I want to watch this video. Anyway, sorry. Enough me being a fanboy of Tectonic Improv stuff. Go check them out, by the way.
I'm here with Tyrone Rodriguez of Nicholas fame, and we're checking out Cave Story 3D.
AMVs are base. They're good stuff.
Comparison shots. This game looks so much better in person than it does on the internet. I blame the internet for any of the negative comments you may have gotten about this game because it looks fantastic. You've got 3DS version with the 2D sprite. And you've got, yeah, I mean, the difference is uncanny. Oh, we're both locked.
Oh.
So we can go to the, all right, I'm going to try to race you.
Okay.
You worked really hard to get the geometry and, like, the distances.
3D in all of its glory, yeah.
The original, but there's some kind of intentional differences I noticed, too. Yeah.
I assume Tyrone is playing DSiWare. But like, where's his inventory? Sorry to derail with the vanity showcase. No, you're good. It was technically in context. I believe DSi shows inventory on bottom screen, no? I think eShop does, but I don't know about DSi. No, you know what? You're right. DSiWare doesn't show the inventory on the bottom screen. It shows the text boxes. So like whenever King or Toriko are talking, that's on the bottom screen. What's up, Jack Me? Where the hell's Cave Story 1D? No clue. Right, beautiful.
Maybe not everyone knows. That's Pixel, the creator of Cave Story.
Right. So I prefer to call people in the real world by their real name, but yeah. But
Wait, did they show Pix?
That's Pixel, the creator of Cave Story.
Oh, I see.
So I prefer to call people in the real world by their real name, but yeah. But yeah, everybody loves calling him Pixel, so we constantly go back and forth with Pixel. We ask him, hey, what about this or what about this? An example would be in First Caves. He said, hey, I'd like to see the spikes. They don't stand out enough, and I want to make sure that new players, they aren't freaked out by the spikes. So I don't want them to hit them accidentally. So we actually brightened them up and made more red. They're still equally deadly, but
So there's one thing we know that Pixel said no to was the spike design apparently at some point, or that they're not bright enough.
Fans should be happy, right? Right, that's right. Yeah, the fans need to be loyal to him and understand. I get mad when those fans get mad at you because they don't understand. You're just another fan.
Right. I'm just another fan who's very lucky.
Right. You're just the luckiest fan, pretty much.
The NPCs, the main character, the enemies, literally everything, even the props, they actually become 2D sprites. So then you'll be able to go. But
Please don't spam them in my Discord server, but have fun.
And underused effects similar to Paper Mario. So now if I go into, for instance, if I go into Ecuador and I let you play.
Cave Story, bro. Do you remember the 8D audio trend? Oh my god.
And main character included. They're all 2D sprites. They're actually
I wonder.
In real time. They're technically like they have geometry as objects, but they're just two-dimensional objects with geometry.
Like it's in development.
No, it doesn't exist.
It's just like a one polygon.
Don't spam him anything, please. Against the rules. You'll be kicked.
Yeah.
How close would you say the game is to being finished?
It's probably in its current state, probably I would say 80-85% right now. So
Cave Story RPG. We actually just talked about it a little bit ago. You guys missed it. I cried on stream. That was fun. And funny thing enough about Destructoid, if you look up Destructoid Cave Story, White Cave Story is one of the worst video games ever made. Now, if this title doesn't give away who wrote this, I don't know if you guys will like. I wonder if this person's very like of their time now. They don't stand out. She's really not that progressive. James Stephanie Sterling. I don't know if she goes by James anymore. Bidding satire, yeah. But I remember people getting so mad at this. I forget if it's the same person. Let's see. Oh, they go by they them now. Okay, that was my bad. Ashley Davis had to come through and correct their mistake. Was it just satire? I like to think so. I feel like a lot of their things were satire, but it's really hard to tell. But I guess that's kind of the fun of it, you know? You get baited. Because skill issue, I think they... we're going through the we were just watching a Destructoid video. There's no... Yeah, there has to be. There's no way. This is the Sonic 4... Bro, I remember that one sending people into a frenzy. Yeah, because they liked it. Has been proudly called a game that fans waited 16 years for. Although this is not strictly true, it has been a great long time since you enjoyed a proper 2D Sonic. Sonic 4 is that title. It's not that title. It's truly not that title. We'll never get episode 3. Yeah, we're just not gonna get it. Also, I think the Sonic 4 article was written after Cave Story. I could be wrong, but it doesn't matter. Should result in a Manial fine. You are sentenced to 2 100% playthroughs of Sonic Mania.
Right off the bat want to know about Ikichan if I could. Is that still coming? There was a new enemy you talked about in the blog too, so it sounded like there was more than...
Wait, whoa. Oh, okay. I thought they were talking about Ikichan on the Wii U.
Right off the bat want to know about Ikichan if I could. Is that still coming? There was a new enemy you talked about in the blog.
Because is that not... Okay, it's two separate things. Gotcha.
Whoa! That's the game I want.
That's the game you want, and I wish I could...
Yeah, man. When are you giving me that game, dog?
Pretty soon, dude. So...
Pretty soon, dude.
So right here, I'm having a hard time swimming backwards, but we've actually made a lot of changes to the game. So if you're a fan of the original...
Mirage Salute Act 1 Mania mode.
You're doing it.
Yeah, so this is Ikichan. It's, for anybody who doesn't know, it's Daisuke Amaya's game that was created in between the original Cave Story and the finished one. And again, for anyone who doesn't know, he started working on Cave Story. He felt his engineering and design expertise wasn't at the level that it needed to be to make the game he wanted to make for Cave Story, so he kind of put it on hold and then started making...
If you guys haven't played Ikichan, by the way, it's legit like a 30-minute game. It's so good.
And so in many ways, this game is responsible for the Cave Story that you know and love, because the two versions before Ikichan were vastly different.
Bro, Tyrone with hair. Like it's like dad hair.
We're working with Daisuke directly, even more so probably than we did on the WiiWare DSi.
It's so odd. I don't like it.
He's redoing the artwork. We're possibly adding new music. We've already added a few...
Played the 3DS port. 3DS port's probably the best one.
So the game that you play on PC...
But again, you usually should play like freeware because it's just charm. Directly from Pixel.
Is it going to be a full overhaul like Cave Story WiiWare was, or is it just kind of touch-ups, or somewhere in between?
Somewhere in between...
Shave him!
About 4 times the resolution of the original game. This one has the same resolution, but he's in the last...
I also like, by the way, that Holmes has a poster of Tatsunoko versus Capcom in the back. What a banger game! That game needs a re-release more than any other Capcom fighting game that's ever been released. We demand him shaved.
Yeah, that's a good way to think of it.
I'm trying to talk about Tatsunoko versus Capcom. You guys just want to shave him?
So far, you've taken great games that you love and encouraged Do you think you'll be working on solely original games anytime soon?
There's a chance we might work on something quasi-original for 2013, but we will probably make
Carol
an original
Blaster.
game when we come up with an idea that we feel really strongly about.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's just the nature of chat, yeah.
Things going on. I mean,
Roll is incredibly powerful. Yeah, roll is actually like busted.
Right now we're wrapping up.
What? 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 Wait, what? Why hammers?
Night Sky for the 3DS. We have to finish shipping V for the 3DS. We are.
He's hiding Cave Story in his hair.
Two iPhone games. And right now we have one small surprise for the 3DS that you'll probably maybe see
Freaking
in summer.
Endlight.
It's a very, very small surprise, but I think people will like it. And then we are working on a game that will be on the Wii U and 3DS as well.
What game did Nicholas put out that came out on 3DS and Wii U?
What is it?
What's what? Wii U, it's Nintendo's new console. It's the successor to the Wii U.
No, your game. You're just gonna tell me what the game is, right? All about it right now.
Oh yeah. You play the game, and in the game you have to try to beat the level, and if you don't, you die.
Did you say it's a 3DS Wii U? It's for both of them.
It's for both of them, yes. And,
all right. So that.
Oh, it's probably 1001 Spikes, right?
It might be our first multiplayer game too.
Oh, never mind.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
When do you think that'll come out?
We will probably make a formal announcement on it maybe by May. Right now we
What could this have been? Blade Strangers?
Can I write a news story saying all the things you just said? Because I love what you said.
write a news story.
Yes, he could, Mr. Gamer.
Awesome. That was investigative journalism, everybody. You're welcome.
Dude, there's a Tatsunoko World Tour that just got announced. It's so dope. Wait, was that really it? Oh my god, yeah, that was really it. What? He's also with Destructoid? Oh my god. Why is Destructoid all about Cave Story? The volume is so quiet. Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. I genuinely forgot I lowered it down for Running Beast. But that said, I think that's most. We'll go back to Binge Manager soon.
CSMC TV is made possible by viewers like you.
Oh god. But no, yeah, in this video, they're basically just talking about, like, a game that Nicholas was publishing for both 3DS and Wii U, and it was their first multiplayer game. What was that? You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up on maybe 1001 Spikes. That's what I'm thinking. Is the 1001 Spikes multiplayer? That's what I kept thinking of. But anyways, we're going to end the stream on a fun note. We're ending it on disco time. It's the best video we watched today. It has a co-op option. I guess technically, right? If you can find an Exodus Plus link. If there's any game, it's him. He's right there. Right there. Right there. You can't miss him. This truly was the crossover of the life. Holy shit. What a good way to end. I think Runner 2 was published by Nicholas, so it makes sense, yeah. We're watching this one more time as I do an outro. Alright, cool. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. I appreciate you all. What is Grayson? Oh yes, wait, no, Bray found the perfect ender. We're gonna be ending the stream on this last video. Because man, it's golden. You know him, you love him. It's Biz Manager, son.
Daisuke Amaya, otherwise known as Studio Pixel, creator of Cave Story, knows where you live. I think it's about time you get a move on. Start running.
What? Edlight? I've never seen this one. I watched that whole playlist, and I never saw this
Daisuke
one.
Amaya, otherwise known as Studio Pixel, creator of Cave Story.
This video is so good. You guys have no idea how funny Enlight is. True, Enlight, I'm sorry, I'm going through the channel. There's one specific video I'm going to look for. It's your interview with the bee. I did a little bit of stalking and found that you did. Where's that at? Is that another channel? It might be another channel. I did a little bit of stalking. I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, that's not on that channel. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I need that video. It's so good. Please tell me you have it. Dang it. Okay, damn. Man, Enlight's just so funny. Just a truly creative, talented human being. That's all you need to know. He interviewed a bee. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining today's stream. It was a fun stream. It didn't exactly go how I thought it would, but it went for the better. It went way better. So thank you guys for coming out. I'll try and do more surprise streams more often. I'll just have to think up more, like, I guess, quote-unquote creative ideas to do with these streams. But thanks for coming out. I appreciate you all. I hope you guys have a good night. And remember, Daisuke Amaya is coming after you. Run. You guys have a good night.